Hey y'all, I don't know how well you can hear me, um, but I'm here and we're gonna do what I'm gonna do is I put together a playlist, um, and I'm just gonna let it play. But in the meantime, also, anybody from the four communities that were scammed by this twit are welcome to come up and tell their stories. I'm just going to play these. At least it's two of the four scams she's done. We need somebody from the KJ community, from the uh, Juggalo community, from we've got uh, the Summer Wells community. Tiffany did a big stream that I'm going to be playing with receipts. Um, and then, of course, the drama community. So she's scammed at least four communities, maybe five by now, and she's starting on the next, which is the Ambers community. So this is a warning. Don't say we didn't tell you. Hope everybody's having a good day, and I'll see you. If I don't get to say bye at the end of this, I'll see y'all over on my Jenny channel later for our stream.
All right, all right, all right. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So I got a message on September 29th. It was a private DM on Twitter, and it says, Susan, I need help. My brother has congestive heart failure, and nobody is there with him to do emergency surgery, and I literally have no gas or anything. I fractured my arm when I fell off the roof. So I said, how much do you need? I missed 3 weeks of work, but I'll do what I can because I just had a heart cath. So I get a picture of what at the moment looks like a bruised arm. And she says, whatever you can afford, Susan. And then there's another picture. I don't know if this is her leg or whatever, but at the time it looked bruised. And then there's a picture of her foot. And it says, things have been going downhill. He's all I got. I need gas and enough for a hotel room next to the hospital for Sadie and I. I haven't been able to do anything. I have no pain meds, nothing. And I was like, dang, girl, that looks bad. I've got $20 in the bank I can send. I'm broke till my check is deposited on the 3rd. That'd be fine, honey. Thank you. And I said, PayPal. And I got some weird response. It's HRSHOSY. Yes, thank you so much. And I said, what's the PayPal? She said, oh, I'm sorry. And she sent it. And I said, sent. And she said, gosh, to bank you do much. And I said, you're welcome. Well, that was on the 29th. At the time, I had asked her in one of her chats a few days later how her brother was, and she didn't answer that question. She read the comment above and below, but didn't comment on her brother. But then October 4th, I think, was the TikTok videos where she's swinging her arms like a motherfucker on there. But 4 days before that, she had fractured her arm and needed money for a hotel, but she didn't have water. She's using a hose, but she's going to go stay in a hotel somewhere with a fractured arm with no cast. And that arm healed the fastest of anything I've ever seen. So I'm just wondering, was this all bullshit just to get a few dollars out of me? I don't know.
Well, and then here's the thing that, and then Jill is hitting me up at the same time, and I can show Jill screenshots, and Jill saying that she gave like 450 and then another 50, and like meanwhile this isn't out in the open, man. This is all private behind the scenes, and all my friends are starting to talk to each other, and they're like, hey, I already paid for that water bill, and then somebody with a heater, and I already paid for that, and it's just like I'm uncomfortable, man. Like even like I'm not saying anyone lie or anything. I just don't want to be involved if something happens, and like I don't want it to fall back on like me as if I was like complicit in any.
Holly,
like Stellar said with the stuff with like Diane and Wendy and Randy, you saw what all happened there. I'm not going to be accused of being in on something because I'm not.
Holly, we know that Voight paid 50. It's basically 50 British pounds for the heater, which was more than enough. That's what was she did the other night, sometime back. And then the next night, I believe it was, somebody else paid for the same heater in two $50 super chats. And if I'm not mistaken, it may have been paid a third time, but I know for sure those 2 times were paid. And then I don't know if the heater was ever bought.
I don't think so, because then when she was on my chat, she was saying she was freezing and her and Sadie were under the blanket. And then if that's not true, because you already got money from my friends for it, I don't want on my panel people sympathizing saying, sorry, you're still freezing. I'm uncomfortable with it.
Yeah.
Well, it's about protecting the community. Okay, Pumpkin Princess says yes, we all saw it. So, go ahead, Susan.
Well, I was going to say at the same time, I
live in the same. I'm getting right here.
I live in the same state. I'm 3 hours north in the mountains. There's usually a 20-degree difference in temperature between up here and down there. So when I'm hearing that it's freezing and I'm looking at my temperature and then I'm looking at the temperature there, we haven't had a frost. We just had our first frost this past weekend. So, I mean, it hasn't been freezing, but I'm hearing, we're under a blanket. We're freezing. my heat has barely turned on because it hasn't been that cold.
Yeah, see, I knew this was coming, right? I'm the biggest beggar, right? Okay. I'm not hitting people up behind the scenes, asking people for money for stuff. Like, all I'm saying is I'm hearing all this stuff from all these different people and getting sent all this stuff. I've said nothing. And then Stellar has his own story too. And I'm hearing all of that. And then it's like, I get called an asshole because I don't see that someone got swatted in 2 minutes. Put yourself in my place, please. And tell me how you would feel, if you would feel comfortable getting involved in all that. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I got the thing saying, I fell off the roof and fractured my arm. But somebody asked her, in a chat one night, how she was since she fell from her attic or ceiling or whatever. And she's like, what are you talking about? I haven't fell. Well, my message says you fell from your roof. You fractured your arm. You send pictures of all these bruises. But then 4 days later, you're on TikTok and there's not a bruise to be seen. There's no fractured arm. So I'm just, questioning, was I lied to? What, and if so, how many others have been lied to? I mean, I don't have a lot of money to spare.
I'm not really Shay, sorry to interrupt you. I don't care about nasal spray straw. I would never talk about that. I would never talk about anybody's. I would never insinuate anything like that. The only thing we're talking about right now is the things that I can see and that were sent to me. And that's why was uncomfortable at that point, letting somebody on the panel, because I knew all that stuff. And I knew some people were getting upset and they were talking to each other. And I didn't want to be complicit, like I said, because God forbid somebody gives their last money or whatever, or a loan or something, and then they don't get it back. And it looks like I help facilitate it. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, we have to protect our own. Can I address Stephanie K? She says, Stellar, how many total times has she got money for the heater? Now, I know for sure, too. Do any of you know if it was 3 times? I thought I'd heard there may have been someone else.
I don't know, because I'm not there. There's a chance that I was in there with her for, like, you can see me in there and we're talking back and forth. So I was never in any of those. I just know what people come to me for whatever reason about things like this. So I just know.
Devin Rodriguez is saying this is all Voight's doing. Voight actually paid for the heater.
Yeah.
I think she has the right to feel bad, especially since it was not bought. And that money she gave was not used for the purpose it was supposed to be. And then someone gave another donation for the heater, more than enough. And as far as we know, that was not used for the heater as well.
Right. Yardbirds asked, whose foot is that, for fuck's sake? Those are the pictures that she sent me to prove her fractured arm and I guess bruised up leg. I don't know.
Right. And we were feeling bad for her and stuff until somebody sent me a TikTok 3 days ago and like dancing and stuff. And it's just, I don't know, man. I just feel really uncomfortable. That's all. That's all I'm saying.
Well, I just, the arm has all those bruises on it when she sent the photo. But 4 days later, she's on TikTok and there's not a bruise to be seen. And there's certainly not a fractured arm.
Well, you'd be in a cast if you had a fracture.
Right. So
a lot of things just don't add up. This is there's a lot more to be said. And as soon as it's mentioned, other people say, hey, wait a minute. I've got a story to tell as well. And that's what's making it very disturbing. And that's why we're addressing it tonight.
Well, here's right here. So Waffle says, if you're going to buy somebody something, go buy it and mail it to them. Jill is pretty upset. Jill got her disability money and it was retroactive. So it was a small sum of money. She ended up sending Bom a quarter of it, but it was supposed to be for like a water bill. And Jill was getting upset because then like days later, she did try. Oh, so the point was she wanted to call the water company directly. Jill, I wish Jill was here because she can speak for herself, but she's upset too. And for whatever reason, she was told that they don't do that there, or she wasn't able to do it. But then like a few days later, the water was still off or something. So like,
yes, Yardbirds. That is her foot.
So I didn't see any swelling in the foot either. Sorry, go ahead.
No, and I mean, when you zoom in and look at the pictures, in the spur of the moment when I'm seeing the pictures, I'm like, that looks awful. How much do you need? I mean, that was my immediate response because I've given money to several people in the community, especially when the pandemic hit. There were several people that went out of work and they needed help. And I sent money, I was looking at it at the time as, it's up to them to answer for it one of these days, if they're asking for the wrong reasons. But then when this came up, different people started coming out and talking and saying, they had gotten messages and, behind the scene requests. And I was like, so this is not just a one-time thing. It seems to be a common occurrence and none of the stories are the same. So, I mean, I'm one of those people. I have a giving heart. I'm on disability. I work weekends to help make ends meet. But if I can help somebody, if they're truly in need, I help them. And this has taught me I won't help anybody in the future. I mean, I've got a close circle of friends with Holly and Mary and Izzy and Beth and Stellar. And, that's.
And Jill is in there.
And Jill.
So, I mean, what happened with me is that
and that's my
started talking to each other about, and like, I just don't know. I'm not enjoying, like, I think you can tell I feel very uncomfortable right now. This is very awkward for me. I'm not trying to drag anybody down. I'm just making like a public assertion that, and there are 3 more people that aren't, I know Voight was wanting to come up. There's 2 more in addition to that, besides Jill, that have like conflicting stories with times and money, and they're uncomfortable that they don't want to say anything, and they understand that they gave the money, and once it's out of their hands, that's fine. But they were getting called like repeatedly over and over and over, and they said they didn't have any more. They gave everything they had, and they were uncomfortable. And it's just, I don't know, man. I don't even know what to say. Like,
Right, Travis, it did look like makeup on the arms.
so
At the
why was her
time,
head so big?
at the time, you know, when I was looking at it, you know, in the heat of the moment, you react right then. Because she's like, emergency surgery, I got to get to my brother. He's all I got. So I didn't, you know, I glanced at the pictures, but in my mind at that moment, it's like, I've got to help her get there. And then when I went back and looked at the pictures later, I'm like, what the fuck? There's no swelling, and you know, that's paint.
Okay, okay.
Hang on. I'm going to give Paloma a link, y'all, real quickly, so she can tell her story before we get to the really long receipt video of Tiffany's, because it'll take a while. 1 second. All right. Yes, Danielle. This is the history one. And on this too, good afternoon.
Hey, how are you?
I'm all right. On the one that I just played, she scammed a whole group of people and sent them fake pictures, y'all, saying she had bruises. It was makeup, you know, it was really bad. So, and then Valoma, you can tell your story. I'll be quiet and just be here, okay?
Yeah, yeah. Is she at it again? I can't believe that she actually has the audacity to be at it again. This is mind-boggling. Um, make a very long story short. I met BumShell in the Summer Wells community. Um, I was a member of Tiffany Marie. Or I'm sorry, had recently subscribed to Tiffany Marie's channel. And that was because I had noticed um, she was covering the majority of the Summer Wells case, but she wasn't at that time. You know, she wasn't like every day. She had kind of stepped back because there weren't any new updates or anything like that. And so during one of Tiffany's live streams, um, she had she was bringing attention to another content creator that was making fun of Summer Wells over some milk jugs and called it dark humor. And it was the very first time that I had ever um, brought any attention to myself in Tiffany's chat. But the long and short of it is, I have a son that had passed away just a few years ago, and the things that they were saying about Summer Wells really struck a nerve with me, because if those comments were okay to say about Summer Wells being, a child who's missing, some like to say presumed deceased, that kind of thing, then that meant my son was fair game, and anybody else who has a child that has passed away is fair game, because it was like taking it to a whole new low. And so in that moment, I just had this strong need to feel heard in saying that. And so it was the first time that I had super chatted. And again, I just had to be heard. I needed people to know that there are people in the chats that have lost children. And so when comments like what was being said, it affects all of us, that have struggled through the grief and isolation after losing a child. And so I super chatted something along those lines, that if this is acceptable dark humor, and if it's okay and funny to say about Summer Wells being a child that no one had ever known, has no connection to, never met before, then it's okay for my child, and that means I'm not welcome here. And when I super chatted that, it was like almost unheard of. I've never seen anything like it, but we stopped counting at between 40 and 50 different people that also had lost a child, and they typed the name of their child in that chat for the first time in weeks, months to years. And it really brought attention to how many people are in the chats. And so that, I believe, is how BumShell kind of brought a, kind of chose me for her grift. And so because there are so many people that run around like, faking other people's Facebook persona, they steal their photos, and they steal their I'm sorry, not Facebook, but YouTube persona. So Tiffany had modded me, not because I moderate on her channel, but because it kept people from being able to come in with a fake profile and pretend to be me. And so I did join membership because at that moment I saw how what had happened affected Tiffany. She was truly affected by that whole situation. And so it was several days later that I clicked on the link to go into her Discord. I've always been afraid of Discords. But I went into her Discord, and that's how BumShell found me. So she starts this conversation, private messaging, direct messaging kind of thing. And the first conversation that I had with BumShell in Discord was about all the family members that she had lost. And of course, that's going to make anybody who's grieving feel almost connected to somebody. But I didn't fall for it at that point. It was weeks later. I started watching some of her live streams, and I liked that she was going after the same people that were making fun of Summer Wells, and that were making fun of, the whole tragedy involving Summer Wells. And so it started, she started with, direct messages. She was revealing some of the same stuff that had been said, but she had like messages and emails and things like that from people that were also saying some pretty ugly things. And I sent BumShell a super chat. I'm a firm believer that if there's good content creators that are doing good things, then they do deserve the support. That's, in my opinion, the best way to weed out the bad content creators is by supporting the good ones. And so the time came that BumShell was telling everybody that she was moving, and that she didn't have that much time, and she was short of money, and she had emailed me this big long email about how terrible her life was. And I have a memorial fund set up, and I do a lot of charity work with different charities, most of them involving children in crimes, some of them motocross related because my son was an athlete. And so, to make a very long story short, when BumShell first, I emailed her first and asked for the correct Cash App. And I sent her a Cash App of, I think, maybe $100, and said something along the lines of to help her with her expenses. And from that point on, it was constant contact. She was constantly emailing me, telling me all of the hard things that she was going through. There was a time when another content creator and his whole channel were on the attack. Just some crazy, wild speculation, some crazy theory that everybody who didn't agree with their theory of what had happened this summer was guilty of participating or being a part of something to do with what happened to Summer Wells. And because I have family members that live in that area, this group had dug up all the information that they could find on me. When they didn't find that I had an arrest record, or I had ever been in trouble legally, or anything like that, they also found that I have a son that had passed away in August of 2016. And so they started using that information. They added to it. They deemed me, I can show you that email, but they declared me a Russian spy connected to child trafficking, to child P-ring stuff, that my son didn't exist, that I was lying, I was part of a child loss social media experiment. The list just goes on and on and on. I have rental properties, and so my tenants even were doxxed. And this information was sent around to um, all these other content creators. If I was seen in the chat, then they got the same email. And I can pull that up and show that to you. It's pretty scary. I was new to as far as like actually commenting and chatting on YouTube. It was only a couple of channels that I had ever interacted with before
Yeah.
all of this stuff happened.
It is scary when it's somebody new to, and a lot of
Yeah.
people do that purposely to new people, unfortunately.
Yeah, I felt like it was to scare me into silence so that they could keep spinning this ridiculous narrative that I'm somehow involved. And I have a loyalty to Tiffany because at that time, the first interaction I ever had with Tiffany was the day that I chatted, the day that I sent the super chat, and the need to feel heard. That, man, there are so many people in your chats that have lost children, and when you say certain words like carcass and bag of bones and things like that, like, it's so triggering for people that are in your chats, but they don't speak out. We don't speak out because everyone around us has already kind of abandoned us. We become a walking, breathing billboard for every parent's worst nightmare, and those closest to us don't even want to be around us. And so we go into this isolation. We go into this complete and utter isolation, feeling like we're broken, we can't be repaired, something is wrong with us. We become, mental cases. We're not worthy of friendship or kindness, or it's hard to find any reason to get out of bed. And so when all of a sudden, for me, it was a very rare occurrence that I would get to that point. But at the same point, I have family members that live in Kingsport. I have a family member that is very close with Robin. And so I had spent months and months and months of listening to these people just go really hard and crazy about Robin. And that was the whole reason that I spoke out. Was I'm in your chats listening to you, and if you support this behavior, I can't be around you, because the potential for my son to be targeted is great at that point. I firsthand, I mean, when I said no, that's not right, then they came for me. And when I didn't give them a reaction as far as going on like a crazy defense, I just kind of went silent, because I've always been taught they do it for a reaction, and if you don't give a reaction, then they shut up and move on. But not these people. These people in this true crime or true crime community, that's not the case. They take your silence as their own strength or confirmation, and they run with it. But then they used my son and his obituary and his professional, he was a professional athlete, so they used that. And they build a case around that. They call you a liar. They blow your phone up. They dox everything about you. And where I don't have anything to hide, I have zero criminal history. I've never been in court, never been accused of a crime. I have a job that requires federal licensing. So, I've never had the chance to even experiment with drugs or anything of the sort. So then the one thing that will really get me, that is my boundary, that crosses my boundaries, is attacking the memory of my son, who has never done anything bad or mean to anybody, outside of normal teenage boy stuff. He busted some mailboxes a few times, but we made him go back and replace them, and apologize to people. But they go on this whole attack. And so when that happened, when my family members were contacted, my ex-husband's family members were contacted, when my rental tenants, previous and current, were contacted and doxed out, I had sent a message to a couple of people. BumShell already knew about it, which is kind of strange that she knew that this had already happened. But she had emailed me, and I'm in a state of panic, like they're attacking my son. I have very few things of him left. And of what I do have left, his memory, that's my most prized possession. I can't put a dollar sign on that. I can't add monetary value to what his memory means to me. So when I got an email from BumShell saying, if you want to come on my channel, you can tell your side. And I fell for that. And so I gave her my phone number, and she had called me. She was crying on the phone about how hurt she was. She couldn't believe what they were saying about my son. She was just rattled to the end of the earth. And I thought, in believing her, I thought that she really had an interest in, helping me shut people up about talking about my son. And so I went on her panel. And that was the first time. And it could not have been a bigger disaster. I mean, in the middle of telling people that my phone had been ringing all night long, my son's friends, his race team, his best friend that was involved in the accident with him, they were getting emails accusing them of horrendous things. And this is a professional motocross race team that's traveling. They're all over the country traveling. They don't have access to laptops. All they have is their cell phones. It was an absolute disaster. My ex-husband's family members were getting emails demanding proof of who they are. And then the emails there were also threats to call children's services on them, to call the law on them, because if they're not cooperating with these people, they must be, they must be guilty of something. And so, in believing that BumShell truly cared about what was happening in the moment, not after, but as everything is happening, BumShell's in my ear. And I believed that she truly cared that the memory of my son was being completely destroyed online by a group of people, because I said, no, I don't believe that Robin is holding Summer hostage, or that Robin stole Summer, or that anybody affiliated with Robin stole Summer. And I think I can say that because I know her. That's all that I did that caused all of this shit to happen. And so I'm on BumShell's panel. She's talking over top of me. She's saying parts of the story that I had asked her not to tell. For instance, the professional motocross race team, they have a media management team that handles everything that's written about them or said about them in a public way. And so I can't give information. I can't talk for them or show their emails without permission from, their media management, their managers. And so BumShell is saying on her live stream that she's going to show all of these emails. At the same time, the local people, my ex-husband's family, my tenants, they're calling law enforcement in fear that child services and the cops are going to show up. So the long story short, these people, all of them were told by local law enforcement to not engage with online threats, that by showing the emails, if something does happen, then by showing the emails and interacting, you're engaging in the back and forth. And so then it's hard to prove that you haven't done anything to encourage the behavior, if that makes sense. They said, do not show any part of it. Don't engage, don't interact, nothing. Just monitor it. And if you feel like something someone is headed your way, or somebody is outside, or that a threat is being acted on, call 911 and we'll be here immediately. And so I had told BumShell that, but she's telling her audience and all of these people that are doxing, my family, my friends, my ex-husband's family, she's telling them that she's going to show them the receipts. So I had told her, no, I'm not showing anything that I don't have permission to show. I'm not going to do that. And then she kind of turned on me a little bit. A couple weeks later, everything kind of started to slow down a little bit. I wasn't being seen in anyone's chats or anything like that. But, by then, BumShell knew enough about me. She had used the grief link to really convince me that she was struggling so bad with grief, that all her family members were dead, that she had nobody to help her, that she was being attacked because I was being attacked and because she helped me. She really played that one out really, really hard, that she wouldn't be having all of these attacks on her, people doxing her, people coming to her apartment. She was losing her apartment partially because it was in bad condition, and the other part was because of all this drama that had stemmed from, her helping me, that she was getting it because of me. And so several weeks later, whenever she's moving, she had asked me several times for specific amounts of money, and I kind of ignored those. I didn't really engage in it immediately. But at the time that she was going to have no place to live, she had no money for food. She was stuck in a situation. She didn't even have a place to take her dog to get food. I told her that I would help her with 1 month of her bills. I didn't tell her I would take her to Raise. I didn't tell her that I had an endless supply of money for her. I told her I would help her with moving expenses and help her to get her utilities connected at the other place, at the new place. And so I sent 3 or 4 cash apps that went directly to her. And I thought, okay, that's it, I'm done. And to me, I'm not somebody who sits at home. I'm not like an older woman who is buying attention or buying a group of friends. I'm not, I've lived in isolation so long that I choose to not have a lot of people around me. It's quite the opposite. But I hear what people say, I must be needy and insecure and, not capable of having friends. And so I'm buying a connection, and that's not the case. I just took 1 month of normal money that would be donated, from a memorial fund. And instead of sending it to the normal places that it went, I just sent it to BumShell. So I feel terrible about the different organizations that I contribute to. I feel like an absolute bag of shit because they didn't get that money. It went to BumShell. But what I noticed after that was it was around $2,400. I would have to go back and actually pull them up and double check them, but it was about $2,400. And that included the cash apps that I sent her. But then she started doing this other stuff with, I was at a doctor's appointment. I had an accident at work several months ago, and I had several broken bones, my vertebrae. I have shattered vertebrae, fractured left arm, ribs, blood clots. Pretty bad accident at work. And I was at the doctor's office getting my ulnar nerve checked and getting some staples and stitches removed. And I had also had one of the main surgeries in my back. And so I had drain tubes, and I was getting the drain tubes removed when BumShell had asked me to cash app her because she needed food. She hadn't ate for a couple of days. And I told her initially, that I would get in touch with her whenever I left the doctor's office. Like, I don't know if you've ever had tubes removed from your side, but it was pretty painful. And
it sounds very painful.
It was miserable, painful. I think I would have much rather give birth again without pain medication than have to go through all of that crap again. It was bad. And I'm in the office sitting, sitting on the table thing there. And as soon as I laid back for them to come in and start taking staples and stitches out, my phone starts blowing up. And it's her, one text after another. Did you say you were going to send me something through Cash App today? Did you say you were going to send me? Well, I checked. I didn't see it. I don't have it yet. I didn't get it yet. Just non-stop. After I told her that, I would call her or text her after I left. And it's one thing if somebody tells me, I don't know, I guess I'm just a mom and a sister and a daughter, and I don't think of myself as easily fooled. BumShell is the person that easily fooled me because she finds out what you're going through. So when I'm going through this terribly painful, moment of having these fucking tubes removed, just trying to get back to work, get myself back together, she's telling me about this car accident that she had where, her vertebrae were shattered and her ribs were broke and she can't work and hold a job. And so it was right about the time that your instincts start telling you something's not right. Like, something's just not right here. Something's not right. This isn't normal behavior for an adult. Something's not right. Then there's another angle, because she knows enough about you to like change her life story in order to make you feel just really bad, like empathetic as hell for what she's going through. And that's, I left the doctor's office and I had to run to the bank to move some money around, because I'm, kind of responsible with my finances, and I have accounts payables and receivables. It doesn't just all sit in one account and then I dish it out, like she allegedly apparently does. But I sent her like $20 or something like that, to get food. And then the next day it was the same thing. Oh, I have to get an Uber and I have to go get this and I have to go get that and blah blah. She did make a comment one time about drugs. She had asked me what was I doing to handle all of the pain. And I told her that if I had a procedure, I had a prescription, but I would never take more than 4 or 5 prescription pain medications, because I have a great fear of addiction after seeing so many people I care about struggle through addiction. And so if I'm in the hospital, yes, bring me the morphine, bring me the Dilaudid, whatever you have, bring it. But when I leave, my fear of addiction is so great that I try as holistic as possible, outside of Tylenol and Motrin. I mean, I rotate that stuff, but I try a lot of other things that are not opiates, that are not, I don't have to worry about an addiction. And so she called me a liar. She was upset about that. I didn't really at the time think that she was actually seeking pain pills or anything like that, until it was after the last surgery that I had, before we all figured out that she was telling all of us the same stories at different times to obtain money, and she was doing it in secret. And so when the whole YouTube came down on us saying things like you shouldn't have gave it to her, or how did you guys not know? Well, because I've never been a part of any other community, I came into YouTube because of one case, and that one content creator, a large channel that covered that case, I was there for a year and a half, 2 years, because I work 16-hour days sometimes. And, I'm not sitting at home on YouTube all the time. And so it was years after, my initial contact with YouTube that I realized that there were other channels that covered the same or different cases. And I kind of started watching, some of the other channels, but I had no idea there was a drama community, or that there was like a true crime community, or that true crime even existed. And so the other part of it is, it's really hard to believe that there are grown ass women my age, older, younger, but adults, that are on YouTube that act like that. That was the hardest for me to swallow, was that people like her exist, and that they do it solely to make a connection with somebody, to find out what your vulnerabilities are, and then they stand on them until they drain you. When I finally cut her off, which was, I agreed 1 month, I agreed to help her with 1 month. I helped her with 1 month. After that month, when she asked me for more, I said no. I said no, I'm not doing that. I have obligations to some organizations that are very important to me, that were important to my son. And I didn't take you to raise. You're not my kid. I've raised my child. And that's when she got extremely ugly. And so that same group of people that had originally doxed me, doxed my son, put all that information out, she gave him every bit of who she knew me to be, text messages, emails, my phone number, which is extremely important to me because it's my son's phone number. So 2 years after he passed away, I finally had his phone line shut off, but I kept his phone number because the last 4 digits he chose he was given 3 or 4 options, and the number that he chose was reflective of his race number. And so having his phone number is extremely important to me, and she knew that. And so she gave the phone number and everything that she had to this group of people. The night that Tiffany was revealing all of what she had done, um, and how she got away with it, was those of us that she knew had, had really good incomes, good careers, or, we were self-sufficient. And we were kind of private. We didn't hang out in Discord a lot. We were kind of private people. Those were the people that she came to. And so the night that Tiffany revealed all of that stuff, that she exposed BumShell, while on that live stream, all of us were invited on the panel, and I had saw some of the comments, like, nobody held a gun to your head to make you get, you're right, nobody did. But I'm a single woman who has worked my ass off as a railroader for almost 20 years, and had a terrible injury and lost a child, and I'm still here to speak about it. When other women are going through struggles, I'm there for it. I'm there for them, because there's too many women that are tearing each other down and not building each other up. And so I'm not going to change who I am. But it was at that moment, on Tiffany's panel, trying to explain that we're not demanding money back. We know that's not going to happen. And we're not these, people on fixed incomes giving our last dollars like people were accusing us of being. There was a method to the madness, and we fell for it. We're not denying that. And we're not even saying anybody should be outraged about it. We're just saying that you should know that this is the behavior that's happening. And BumShell was so pissed off because she's being exposed that she doxed my son's phone number to her entire audience. And then, the people that originally had started coming after me, phone number got doxed to all of those people. It got spread around. I mean, it was pretty bad for several months. It was pretty bad. And I have text messages and emails that I've saved. My attorney has copies of all of them. I had that video taken down where she doxed him. And then a couple weeks later, she was super angry because everybody was talking about it. So I can only think that she was having a more difficult time finding an audience to listen to her woe is me bullshit. And so she did it again. And thankfully, there's enough kind people in the community that I was called and emailed immediately. And then I reported that video and had that video taken down as well. Because what she didn't realize was, because he was an athlete, he is considered a public figure. And because he's deceased, he has a little more, it's easier to protect the important parts of what I have left of him legally. And so I will do that every time. Every single time one of these assholes show up with my son's name or his life in their mouth, I will report that. Have my attorney report it, and that hers were taken down, I think, midstream. I don't think she even ended the live streams. She's just a bag of shit. She puts on a really good show, screaming and always talking about, how hard she's worked her whole life, but there's no proof of that. She says that, she handles her business, but there's really no proof of that either. She's always talking about how independent and self-sufficient, but I don't see any of that.
What she does. I believe this is what she does full time, is a huge drift. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
she's
yeah.
a drifter.
Jenny, if you saw the
whatever you call,
yeah, if it has to be what she does full time, because when we looked at the number of emails and phone calls and text messages that she sent to each of us every day, that leaves zero room for a career or a job or anything else except for sitting on YouTube or Facebook or Instagram, TikTok. She's on other platforms doing the same thing. And so it's not possible. I don't know recently, but since all this stuff has happened, I don't watch her, and I refuse to have anything to do with her, except for when I see people talking about that she's exploiting or trying to, I will come out and say, this is what she did, and here's the receipts if you want to see them, because, you know, I know the tactics, and I do not want to see her do this to other people. I do
Oh,
not.
she's already, look, I'm betting, I hate to even say it, but that she's already doing it to some of Amber's people. I'd be surprised if she wasn't, you know.
Who's Amber?
Have you seen the Michelle idiot? The
Yes.
MGM
Oh,
Michelle?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Amber's kind of the other side of that. She's fighting with her. Like, and BumShell has really threw it on her, you know, and's been straight up her butt like she did Tiffany.
Mm-hmm.
Remember that? She was
Mm-hmm.
all about Tiffany, defending her, because people think when you do that, you're a good person, you know? And so they
Right.
don't look at anything else. They don't think to be like, oh, she's doing this for a reason. You know what I mean? And so
Yeah.
she's been, I mean, absolutely puckering up to Amber. And, you know, I've been trying to be in the chats and say, you know, look, because I was waiting to do this till I could get, you know, as much stuff to show people as I could, you know. So
Mm-hmm.
I had told them the whole time I'm going to get some stuff together, and y'all are messing with the scammer, man. She, you know, she's going to scam your
Yeah.
whole community. I've tried to explain, it's either 4 or 5 communities now that she's done it to and been kicked out of, you know. So
Yeah. That's just insane. Can you see what I put in on the screen in the back?
oh, I've got my screen. I don't see yours yet.
Let me see.
And Tiffany did send the 5-hour stream that she did. I was going to speed it up a little bit and play that today, you know, so people can see.
Let's see. I'm trying to pull it up here
Okay.
to show the she's trash, man. She's just absolute utter trash.
Oh, absolutely. These people have no clue.
Let me pull it up in Chrome. That's apparently the problem. I have Proton Mail through Safari.
Uh-huh.
Let me pull it up in Chrome, and then I'll show you. I'll show you all of the crap that I sent that's mine, and some of the text messages and things of how she's gunning. I mean, if
Oh,
she
yeah.
can find
Yeah.
anything about you that is possible
She's
to
going
be
to use it.
exploited, absolutely.
Uh-huh.
And then she will keep you on the phone as long as possible with crying and you know, just she's one of those people that she doesn't let you go. Like it's damn near impossible to get rid of her for the simple fact that, you know, she just keeps blowing you up and blowing you up and blowing you
Mm-hmm.
up nonstop, doesn't stop. And it's all about her, you know. I was having tubes yanked out of my freaking side, and there she is, you know, talking about her accident from years ago and how she can't, you know, she can't work a job, and just craziness. I'm pulling through here. Okay, I'm signed into it. Let me pull it up. Let's see if it's this one. There's a lot of her shit to go through. And the way that we all found out was, you know, we had the purest of intentions. Like, it wasn't like we were just blindly giving to somebody. You know, it was more of, how do I say it? If anybody would have been in that situation, and I, you know, whether I knew them or not, you know, I
Yeah.
would have helped. You know, I don't want to, the idea of somebody suffering unexpectedly. I mean, I do a lot of donation, and yeah, it was just a mess for her with all the fuckery. I hate to say it like that, but that's really what it was. Okay, this was August 4th. Let me go back to August 4th. July, August. Why aren't they showing up here? I don't like Chrome. Let me
That's
copy
okay.
paste
I
it
have to
that
use
way.
it on my MacBook for this too.
Yeah, I just went from I just went to a MacBook, and it is so hard to try to figure out how this Chrome stuff works. Okay, here's super chats, and let me pull up the other ones. Sorry it's taken so long. I always watch your show, always. That's how I learned about this Michelle person. She
The other
is something.
crazies.
Yeah. Yeah, she's a whole level of crazy, man. And that's why I started watching your channel, was because it's good to know who these people are. Like, I'm not sure where the hell she came from, but I feel like she probably needs to go back.
Yeah, she definitely does. She came from MGL. I guess.
Oh, that's why she uses the
Yeah.
NGL.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That
I
makes
guess she was
sense.
trolling MGL. Maybe that's what it looks like. Anyway.
Wow. Yeah, she's a whole mess. And then I caught the one stream about her, um, about her using her son as well. Okay, here's the first one.
Okay. Here we go. There you go.
Okay. These are text messages back and forth. Can you see them okay? You want me to zoom in?
Probably zoom them because I'm sure the chat can't either. Might have to
Okay.
zoom some. There you go. And then just
You can see
scroll.
them there.
There you go.
So these were from August, and just text messages back and forth. I keep ignoring Hooker. She'll say things like that to try to make you feel buddy.
Mm-hmm.
What do you want me to send you? I'll get it. She said, I'm playing. I can't remember now. Oh, she wanted screenshots of those people that were sending all of the nasty messages and stuff. And I kept this one because of this right here. She says, I'm about to go live. I took my Adderall today for the first time in a long time. I'm a little cracked out right now. I didn't know they were still effing with you. I'm focused. Let me zoom in on this one too. Oh, why does it do that? Let me go back to it. If this ain't some stuff, I probably ought to just forward this to you. She says, yeah, this is how she asks for money all the time. Oh, zoom in. Can you see those?
Yeah.
She says, are you busy? Call me when you can, sister. I said, give me a few minutes and I'll call you. This is at like 11:45 at night. Hey, boo, or 9:45 at night. Hey, boo, you awake? I said, I just came out the back deck to chill for a bit. What's up? Can I call you? Give me 15 minutes to get myself out there. Okay, hunty, just call. She's good for that. This was $100 that I had sent her on June 17th. Why does it keep doing that? Then here's 20 that I had sent her I don't know why it keeps doing that. Maybe I can forward this to you.
Well,
not
did you
familiar.
show them on Tiffany's stream she did?
Here's the $500 one. I did. I showed on
Okay, well,
Tiffany's, except
I've
for the
got that
super
stream.
chats.
I'm gonna play it next. So if they're in it, you know what I mean? People will
Yeah,
see them.
these are the ones. Let's see. These ones, they're super chats that that were not shown. And I can show those right here. So all of the ones that I had sent Tiffany, yeah, those are in there. And then these are two $50 super chats from July 13th. And on July 1st, there's two $10 super chats. On June 29th, $15 in super chats. On June 16th, there's a 20 and then three $10 super chats. And then on June 6th, $30 in super chats that were all sent. And then these right here are all text messages and also the Cash Apps. Okay, the one thing from that stream, whenever it gets to this part about where there's photos of like furniture and it has like a Facebook link underneath of them, that's not what BumShell made. That's what BumShell sent to me, she didn't come right out and say, hey, do you want to buy these for me? But that's why she was sending them to me. I redo furniture like she redoes furniture. And so she was sending these like to try to get me to purchase.
To
You know what I mean?
suggest it, right? Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. She's talking about how she doesn't have any furniture and she doesn't have this, that, and whatever. At one point, I thought maybe she thought I was lying or something, about my fractured vertebrae and why I had the cage. They did the surgery where they put a cage around and then they used concrete and whatever. And so I had sent her this photo with my name, whole 9 yards, and said, I had to fill out the consent forms and stuff like that. And on that same day, that was the day that she needed food. And so, it was 9/21 whenever I sent her the $50 for food because she wouldn't shut up about it. She'll do stuff like, how'd you say you were going to pay? Cash App? I kept forgetting that you were hurt. Jesus, let me shut the fuck up. It's like a constant, all the time, standing on your neck in order to get what she
Yeah, and she
what
does
she
it to
wants.
everybody, not just one person. It's like a constant through the whole community.
Yeah.
And
There were 4 of us at the time.
oh my gosh.
This was because she had to have her utilities hooked up. And so I told her I was at my attorney's office and I sent her $300. She had said that that's what it was going to cost for her to get her utilities connected. And so I sent her the $300 for that. The next time it's $20 because she needed food. And it was always food. And then to find out she was Ubering, she would forget that I was injured. But then she would send me a message, are you okay? You feeling okay? And then get a conversation going. And then it would be, I haven't ate all day. I haven't had any food. I'm hungry. And then like everybody else was against her. I think I think she was talking about Savage Live, which is when I started really paying attention to Savage Live's, videos. And then Savage Live, I'll tell you that this works, what you guys are doing, because when I watched this live stream she was talking about, and then I went back and watched other live streams that Savage and you guys have done. And that's when, at the end of that month, I told her I would help her for 1 month And that's when I told her no at the end of that month, when she had a whole new list of emergencies and reasons why she needed help and nobody would help her. And that's when I said no. I'm not doing anything else. So I helped her the end of June through July, and then like with food and a cash app and whatnot. And then the end of July through a little bit of August was that month of all those expenses for moving. And I helped her there. But when I said no, it was like immediately she went on the defense, the doxing, all of that stuff. So, I was being attacked because she was promising things that she knew I wasn't going to show. And then, I mean, she's very good at this. That's the bottom line. Is
Oh
that she
yeah.
is very good at what she's doing. I wasn't allowed to be in her chat because I was the reason she was being attacked by all of these people.
Right, Jamie.
Um,
She does. She sets her eyes on the biggest donors in these communities on the channels, then becomes friends
yeah.
with, then gives them sob stories and yeah.
It's interesting you said that, because what's interesting about it is I was a big supporter of Gray Hughes. I still am, because Gray Hughes does donations very transparently the last day of
Yes,
every
he
month.
does. Yeah.
I was a moderator for Gray for years, and I was a big sponsor of his channel because he truly is doing good things. And she told me that probably around the beginning towards the middle of August, she actually said that she had saw me in Gray's chat before. And so, yeah, I truly believe that she knows who the big donors are and who they're not. And so as soon as
Absolutely.
I left Gray's chat and started kind of venturing out a little bit, looking, at how do these other cases end. For me, it was, how do I have the right to be so angry and hurt and give up on life and beg for death and not want to get out of bed because my son died, when there's whole communities of people that have lost their children, and they've lost two children, or they never know what happened to their child, or they never get to do a funeral for their child. They never find out who hurt their child. And I had the audacity. I had all of those moments with my son. I know what his last words were. I know who was holding him whenever he died. I could pick out his casket. I could have those moments with people who loved and cared about him so much. And there's people that never get that. And for me, it was a wake up. It was a wake up call that I do still have a purpose. I do still have a place in the world, and I can offer help. I can help those that are broken. And that's what she preyed on.
Yeah. That was kind of switched on you. That sucks. She's such a horrible person, I swear.
And yeah, and like my punishment for saying no to her. And then when all the other girls were figuring out what was going on, and it wasn't a public conversation in Discord, it was a private phone call.
Mm-hmm.
And when I found out that I wasn't the only person, that's when I came forward with my information. It wasn't like we were talking about her negatively or even telling people. I mean, I've helped people on YouTube and never spoke a word about it, and I never will,
Right.
because it's not why I do it. But when we found out that she was targeting several of us, and that she had been telling us all the same stories but at different times, and she was getting so much money. I mean, $2,400 from me, $4,000 from someone else, $3,800 from someone else,
Right. That
$4,200
she's
from someone
been
else.
telling them that I've been saying like all week that she's like a Michelle. She's just older and more haggardy, you know? Like,
I'm almost 50 years old. I'm almost 50 years old. I mean, I'm the same age. She and I are roughly the same age.
and you wouldn't ever do anything like that.
Never.
It's just,
Never.
but Michelle is on her way to that, she's already been scamming people. She's you know,
Yeah.
all of that.
Yeah.
But so these
It's all a
people
lie.
that hate her, I'm hoping will open their eyes and see she's just like Michelle, you know, because she's like I played a few videos. I've got some I'm gonna play later of where, you know, she's saying you ain't never seen me fall out, pass out on a panel, and then you know we've got her passing out because she's a druggie just like Michelle, just like her.
Well, I tell you what, for anybody that's listening, I watch this channel. I watch Jen. I've rarely ever chatted in either of these chats because I don't want to bring all of the hatred and drama from that one conspiracy channel. I don't want to bring them to, you know, these channels. But if you watch Jen, if you watch this channel, Chatter's Voice, Savage Live Media, Shannon681 puts out a lot of content, and
Yeah,
there's clip channels. What they're saying is not wrong. And they're not doing it to cause trouble. They're doing it to protect you and your wallets. If I would have known these channels existed, I would have saved a lot of money from going to her that would have went right back to, you know, the rehab facility down the road,
yes.
the single moms organization, you know, in the same county I live in.
The reason I do
You
a
know,
lot of it over here is because this channel is not monetized, and I don't want anything to do with any money, you know. And to me, it makes more sense to speak on something, especially like this, you know, where nobody can send you a dime, and they can see with their own eyes it has nothing to do with money, you know.
right. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And when these people are telling you how strong and independent and self-sufficient they are and how they work their whole life and they work their butt off, but you see them online 24/7,
Yeah,
either in chats or live streaming. I mean, it can't be both ways, you know. Like I saw BumShell had one of her people, one of the new clowns. I see German lady is in the chat, and I have to say thank you to her because you know, one of those people went to German lady's channel and it was sent to me a couple of days later, but and hours and hours and hours talking about how I accepted money when my son passed away, that I was filtering to Tiffany and other people. And my son passed away in 2016. And I'm thankful that German lady kind of, you know, called her out on it and didn't let her go too far with talking
yeah,
and things. I'm grateful that German lady didn't let her get out of control and basically knew that what she was saying was just a bunch of shit. I mean, there was no money accepted when my son passed away. He was a professional athlete. We didn't have to.
right.
Thankfully, I wasn't a parent that had to look at price tags of caskets, but there are some that do, and that's heartbreaking all on its own. But the truth is out there, and there's so many scammers that are on this platform. I found it to be a lot safer to Cash App to people that you want to support if they're doing good work and they're doing good work in the community, whether it's true crime or exposing the bad behaviors in true crime or whatever it might be. I found it a lot safer to use Cash App or, you know, an offline, something that's not going to flash on the screen. So people, because BumShell's looking for your name to go across that screen and she will defend you. She absolutely will do it. So
Yes,
these
she
channels
will.
don't have anything to gain or lose, but they're putting out the truth. And you should listen. And when people show you who they are, pay attention to it.
Absolutely. Well, that at least makes us feel a little better that somebody's listening, you know. I mean, if you can help like one person today when I play all this, it's worth it, you know.
Absolutely. I can assure you that when Savage Live did a live stream and part of it was exposing some of BumShell's behaviors. I
Mm-hmm.
saw the name Prison Mike go through the chat. I went to Prison Mike's channel and saw that he had a plethora of information about BumShell.
Yeah, that's
I
what
saw,
Hondo's dropping in the chat as we speak.
yep, Prison Mike had a lot of truth. And then Jen's name came through the chat. So that's how I found this channel. And I had I had told her 1 month of her expenses. All the other little ones were like food and stuff like that. But once the big picture was put together for me through these channels, I've never, ever, ever given her a penny after that. And I never will. I now know to research people. So what you're doing really
definitely.
does expose them, and it shows them. And that thousands could have kept going if it weren't for
Oh yeah,
finding all of
absolutely.
these. So yeah, I appreciate what you're doing, and
I
I know
appreciate you coming
firsthand.
and telling your story because I know it's hard, regardless of what,
And
you know.
yeah, yeah, I get a lot of hate for it. She's got a lot of people that are out there grooming for her, and I get some hate for it. But if it keeps one person, especially after seeing the number of people in this community that are grieving for their children, I'll take the heat. I do not care if it protects them and their children and the memory of their child, which is the most
Right.
important thing. So I'll do it all day if I have to.
We've got a new community here that, we're going to try to keep from the same thing happening. I'm going to show some stuff. Your story helps so much. And, all we can do is pray that they listen.
Yeah, for sure. And if Jenny, if there's anything that you need from me that I can do, if you want
Okay.
direct copies of anything at all you have to do is let me know, and I'll
Okay.
get them to you.
I sure will. I
So
appreciate it.
thank you. I'm going to
Thank
get back at it. I'll be in the
All right.
chat for a while. Take
All
care.
right. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay, y'all. She's the sweetest. It's heartbreaking that these demons like BumShell hurt such good people. Man. Hi. Okay, so we're going to start, and I'm going to speed this up just a little because we've got a regular stream at 8 Central, so I'm going to just let it play, y'all. And it wasn't even, how long ago, Jamie? Like, I bet it says how long. Hang on, y'all. Let me look real quick. 2 months ago, y'all. She just scammed people 2 months ago. It ain't even been 2 months. Oh my God. I thought it had been longer. Okay. So I'm going to play.
I need to make an announcement to anybody who might come across this video. It's come to my attention over the last several days that a friend of mine on YouTube, a channel that I've been very supportive of, has been contacting people in private and asking for money. There are several handfuls of people that I am aware of, and I don't know if there are more. I assume there are many more. So I'm making this announcement and I'm bringing this to the public. This is a very uncomfortable situation. It's not comfortable at all, but it needs to be said. And the public does deserve to know what's going on. BumShell has been going to people in private for the last 2 months and asking people for help financially with bills that need to be paid and rent, etc. I've seen these messages. I have read the things that she has said to people to get money from them. Many of these people are some of the more generous people, so I do believe that they were targeted. I'm absolutely not okay with this, and you all deserve to know what's going on. Everybody is aware that she's had some stuff going on, allegedly. She has told us that she was being evicted in June, and just as recent as 6 days ago, she was actually asking again for rent money because she was late on July's rent. July was her first month moving in, so I do not believe that. And upon reading these messages, it became very clear to me what was going on. So I did have communication with people in my Discord who were contacted by Bum in my Discord. People that were approached through my Discord and told that she was in dire straits, and she absolutely took advantage of them. I need everybody to know that this is happening and has been happening for far longer than I've been aware. I found out 3 days ago. I had a call in my Discord. I did ask anybody who has been approached by her and messaged by her, and she's requested money from them to contact me and to let me know. And I'm asking all of you, if you have been contacted by BumShell and she has asked you for money and for help with her bills, moving bills that she's had outstanding, rent money, to please use the email address that you see on the bottom of your screen on my banner. My email is open all the time, and I will communicate with you. I will be looking out for your emails, and it's very important that you know and that you're not continuing to fall for the same stories that others have. I know that these people donated to her with the best of intentions, and no matter what, I do believe that you get what's put out to the universe, and those blessings that you gave out will come back to you tenfold. It's been very hard to read the messages that these very good, compassionate, generous people have received from her, and their kind replies. Donations ranging from $1,000 to $800, $500, $450, $350. She received very large sums of money from people that she went to and asked privately. If you have been approached by her, please reach out to me. If you choose not to, that is totally fine also. You don't have to tell me anything. I did go to Bum and I did confront her about this several days ago. It was not an easy task. She was not giving with that information. A lot of beating around the bush. There were no direct, answers. I only asked one question. I wanted to know who she went to, who she approached, not who gave willingly in Super Chat, Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, which I didn't know she had a Venmo, but I guess she has a Venmo. I am speaking specifically to people who have been approached by her, but I guess not just those people. This is an announcement to everybody, because this doesn't just go on DMs, it also goes on her YouTube channel. Everybody deserves to know and be aware of what's going on. Please pass the message. And also, please protect your finances. Put yourself first. Before getting to anybody, always make sure that you are taken care of first and foremost, always. It's really important that people message and that you know what's going on. So I'm going to leave it right here. I will be checking comments. I will be checking my email. Like I said, 2 months of the same stories to different people, and stories being evicted on June 15th. I was told, actually, before I end this, that Bum's landlord would accept her to stay if she came up with $3,000 by, I believe she said by Tuesday. And she came to me and she asked me if she should make a GoFundMe. And I said, no, I don't believe you should. I think you should just go live and be honest with people about what's going on and let them know. I did not realize that it was going to turn into an everyday thing for 2 months. I didn't know she was contacting people privately. She told me she came up with everything but $400 on that Tuesday. I advised her to go to her landlord and tell the landlord she had everything but $400. because I was hopeful that her landlord would let her stay. And she told me that she was just going to move. She had also told all of us publicly that she had no place to go. She has told people that her electric was shut off. And then she's told people just several weeks later that she needed money to pay her electric bill and she was negative $45 in her electric account, whatever that means. I've never heard of that before. When she came to me and told me of her struggles, I asked her if I could help her, maybe help her make phone calls to organizations that might be able to help her. I was very concerned. She told me that there was nowhere she could go. They would not help her. They had denied help to her, that people hadn't called her back, et cetera, et cetera. So this is just a small portion of what's gone on. But most importantly, more than anything, it's the contacting people in private and, giving these sob stories to collect money. If you have been a victim of this scam that she's running on her channel and in private, please do reach out to me, and please don't hesitate or be afraid to speak out about it. I'm speaking out about it because I do not want anybody else to be taken advantage of. I am not okay with what's going on and what's happened. And this is a message to everyone who comes across this video. I'm going to end it here, and anybody who needs to use this is free to share. If you need to discuss this with your subscribers, you're free to use this video. I am very sorry to anybody who was affected by this, and it's very disappointing. So I wish you all a great night. Take care of yourselves. And again, please do not hesitate to reach out to me or to email me if this happened to you. I'm here, and I'm an hour late, so I apologize. I know people have been waiting for me, but I had to do a couple things. So, and my voice is still like super hoarse. Don't know why. So I don't really sound the same, but I appreciate everybody for waiting. And if you have a channel, share it out. Hold on, I'm gonna take this down because I don't know when. Is my avatar there yet? Did I fix it? What the fuck? Hold on. How about this one? Is this one good? This one better be good. There we go. That's kind of good for this one. Let's do this one because I like the donut anyhow, right? Since Abami wants to bring up all this past bullshit, we'll just throw that one up. Maybe it was meant to be. You never know. So, all right. So I've gotten a lot of emails from so many people. I appreciate everyone who reached out. I'm trying to get back to people, but it's going to take a little time. So if I haven't answered you, it's not that I'm ignoring you, I promise. I've seen a lot of them that I haven't answered. So just know that if you sent me one, I did open it. I just might not have responded because I had some stuff I had to handle, and I was kind of tired the last couple of days, so I needed my rest. Not like I really rested except for sleep, but I gotta fix one thing. Let me see, because this wasn't showing up. I've been having technical difficulties today, but let me see. I want to go to subs only. Should I put slow chat on, you guys? Do you want slow chat or no? I don't usually ever enable it, but I might need to. Hold on. Oh, I have to say something that was making me laugh before I get into anything. AB, Bomb thinks she's like, telling a secret or something, or AB fucked up on the stream last night. He didn't. Everybody knew that was him on the Jody Sue account. Just, he actually said it live. If you paid attention, you'd know that, Carl and Bomb, but you don't. So catch up, BumShell. You pay attention to what you want, right? Like people's money and stuff. Yeah. So, and AB did a great live last night. I really appreciate it. I went to bed and I missed it, but I caught up on it this morning and I thought he did an amazing job. So if someone bought his stream from last night and his link, if you're not subbed to AB, please do. Hey, Boston, Canadian Cookie. I'm not gonna be able to go through all the names, so I'm just gonna get right to it. So over the last couple of days, I have been listening and watching, right? I wanted to see how Bomb was going to react to all of this. I wanted to see if she was going to do the right thing. And I wanted to see if she was going to at least treat people with dignity and respect. But that is not what happened. And watching it has been very jaw-dropping. Like, I am in shock and awe of the way she's treating people. And I'm sorry to anyone who gave to her because you cared. It obviously wasn't appreciated. It's very obvious to me. I think it's obvious to most. So there are one set of messages that I hadn't shown or talked about because I wanted to keep them private until I got the okay to use them. But there's one batch that stand out to me the most as the worst. So I think you guys are going to be really bothered by one particular person the most. I know I was, not that they all weren't bothersome because they were. I was pissed. But when I got these ones, it just hit me a little bit different because you're going to see the manipulation and you're going to see the, I don't know, it was so targeted. And these messages make it very clear. Now, these are messages that welcome Jill. Jill was actually Stellar and Jill who are in here. I don't know if there's anyone else in here that I don't know about. But hey, Savage. Don't want to know chat drama. Okay, that's cool too. Chat whenever you want to. So Jill was actually someone who was targeted in the last, hardship that Bomb had fallen to. And I've known of Jill for quite a few years, but Stellar was as well. So there are other people in here from another community, well, other communities who know what BumShell has done before in the past. I just didn't think she was going to do it current. Like, I didn't think she would even have the balls to, but apparently she's got a set of brass balls. And it's just like crazy to me. I'm shocked. I'm not gonna lie. And I know a lot of people are like, how are you gonna be shocked? But I really am, because I just didn't think she would pull that shit with me or my subscribers and Bomb. Don't you ever call those girls your mods. Ever. You modded them up for a reason. And you know exactly what that reason was. And yeah, no, they weren't your mods. They're actually mine. And they've been with me for a long time. So watch your fucking step. I'm not having this shit. Sorry, no, I don't have the patience for it. So you can say whatever you want about me. I don't give a fuck. You can make up all the lies you want to, BumShell. But I'll tell you what, it's not going to change what these people are about to see, ever. It's never going to be the same for you. You got that? Okay, good. I think she knows that already, though. So let me get into, I just want to get straight to it because it's going to take a little bit. And I don't want you guys to be waiting forever. So just give me 1 minute. I have to go into my YouTube studio fast. Oh, thank you, Lana, very much. Appreciate that. All right, maybe this will work. It didn't work before. I tried to do this before I went live, but my live wasn't showing up in my YouTube studio. And I couldn't chat in my own chat for like an hour. I've never had that happen to me before. Maybe it wasn't meant to be. Had I been chatting, you'd been waiting still. Prison Mike, I still have not answered you. I apologize. I know I said I was going to and I didn't, but I will. I will do that. Just give me a little bit to get caught up. I said this morning, but I didn't do that. So don't think I'm ignoring you. I'm not. Bees knees, I see you. How do you feel about this particular situation? Because I don't know, maybe I'm confused. I thought I saw something. You all right? You doing good? Dana, hey. Hi, Irish Gal. I haven't seen you around here in a while. Yeah, well, I've seen Bomb do it too, but like I said, I really thought that pattern for her had stopped, and I'm not having what she just pulled, so she's only making it worse for herself. Some people are their own worst enemy. She is the epitome of someone being their own worst enemy, and like she totally forced my hand. So before I get into anything, I'm going to drop these links for anybody who, this is going to work. For anybody who needs to know, I want to direct you first and foremost to the proper place to request a refund if you need one. Okay, this is for Cash App. This is going to teach you what to do, where to handle your business. You can also contact your financial institution. This is so reminiscent of another situation that I won't bring up right now, but I will say, watching Bomb last night ignore the people that helped her reminded me of a situation that happened not too long ago, and it was mind-blowing. I was baffled watching because I was like deja vu. So this is for Venmo. If you paid through Venmo and you want your donation back, this is going to show you how to do all that mods. If you could save those, that way, save those 2 links. That way, if anyone comes in a chat like with questions about how do I get my money back if I gave or whatever, they know where to go. All right. I don't know how else to help anybody. I can't pay everybody back, obviously. So I mean, I'd love to. Not that they expect it, but it's made me sick to my stomach. So I'm not pulling these out. Hold on. Do I need to slow the chat? Nicole or Bridget, Sienna, what do you guys think? Do you think I need to slow it? Are you guys good? You know you can slow your own chat, right? With your finger. Yes, you want me to slow it? Okay, I'll slow it down. I'm not going to do it for long. I don't like slowing my chat. I'll do, like, how about we do 45 seconds? It'll be just enough. I don't like to do it for too long because I don't like anyone to have to, like, feel like they need seconds. Did it go through? Slow mode? What's wrong with it? You think the chat's okay? Okay, well, here, I'll put it on. Great live the other night. Thank you so much. I really appreciate your stream the other night very much. The people that donated don't deserve this shit. So I'm going to go over Salty Seas first, okay? And I'm going to show receipts. Nothing I'm showing is without receipts. So you're going to see the Cash Apps and the PayPals and stuff like that. The messages trying to get money. Like, Bum, you forced my fucking hand with this one, so you could stay mad forever and fuck you forever because I will never fuck with you again. All right, so going back to 5/31/2022. Well, I have to go to an organization who still hasn't helped me. I do. I don't care what anyone thinks anymore. Salty says, what do you mean an organization? Bum says, she said someone had to go to an organization for help with your rent, and I have. They were supposed to help me in March. It's June, and I'm getting evicted again. So let's talk about this real quick. I don't want to, like, ruin the flow. Why don't you guys write in chat if you've ever been evicted twice in 2 months? I'd say not. I don't think it's possible. Unless I pay my rent this month and then work. What the fuck did I say? Work on the back rent. I go to court on June 14th. I'm not ashamed of it. You do what you have to do. It's what she said in a video. I'm still at rock bottom, so I don't care what she thinks of me. Salty said she was talking about 6 Up when she said that. So I'm assuming this was about Ziggy. I'm pretty sure this was about Ziggy. Bum thought Ziggy was talking about her or wanted to make it about her, which I don't know. Okay, so Salty says, hey, I'm so fucking pissed about Ziggy. I'm sorry that this happened to you. I'm compiling clips to do a video on her. Bum says, oh, it's okay. I just hate she got my monetization when I'm in so much need of it right now. Ziggy didn't take Bum's monetization, and I know that because I remember she said she couldn't wait for the super chat and said she was going to shut it off and ask for just Cash Apps, which I always was like, well, some people don't have Cash Apps. So if you really needed the money, don't you think you'd leave your, I don't know. Like, it just didn't make sense to me. But anyhow, she shut her super chat off, and hey, Ross, shut the super chat off and then was dropping the Cash App. But I'm like, oh, whatever. There's no way that Ziggy took her monetization because it would still be off. You don't lose monetization until the 3rd strike. So if you get struck once, you're going to get, she said she had 7 to 14 days or something, but I don't even think that it took that long for her to come back live. So this is a lie. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. You can't and you won't. So these are, and I blocked out her icon and I blocked out her Cash App because I'm not going to sit here and rep her Cash App. It's just not going to happen. These are the Cash Apps that Salty sent. So July 25th at 2:42 p.m., Salty gave 150. Another July 25th for 300. And all it took was her telling her she wasn't going to have a place to live, and it was right there. July 1st. Now, mind you, this is, I mean, Salty didn't just give Cash App. She gave Super Chats too, plenty. Don't be fooled. We're just going to focus on these. July 1st, $100 says for happy birthday, Salty C. Now, some might say, well, it was for her birthday. I don't give a fuck. How old are you? You still got birthday money already? At 50-something years old? From strangers on the internet? You expect that shit? Because she expected this out of Salty, and that's the truth. So now I'm going to move on to Dana. Lulu, welcome. Oh, hold on a sec. All right. Yes, she ran her birthday all month long while telling people she did not have money for all these different things. Control, welcome. She ran all of these streams about needing help. And then when it came time for her birthday, and she expected people to give buku bucks then too. And that was frustrating. I remember watching, and she did this like sad stream. And I'm like, you are doing better than I've ever seen you do. Like ever. This is the best I've ever seen her do. It truly is. Has anybody ever seen her do this good before? Tell me if I'm wrong. It is. Yeah, Ageless, I know. So good to see you, Ageless Beauty. So, all right, we'll start from May 30th. This is from Dana Keiko. Because May, the end of May is when this seems to have started. $500. June 4th, $100. June 9th, $150. June 17th, $870. You feel like this is fucked up yet or no? July 25th, $30. And not only did Dana give her money like this, she also tried to link her up with all kinds of services that would free up money in other places. Like when I read Dana's messages to Bomb, I honestly did not open these and start going through them until the night before last. And I was so proud of her. I offered the same type of thing, like, let's call places. Let's, like try to figure this out. How can we help with this situation? Most people know what it means to struggle, and they're not above asking for help, but you have to help yourself first. You can't just expect people to get you through life. It's just not how life works. It's just not how life works. Not for any of us. Okay? It's wrong. What she did to these girls was wrong. It's fucked up. And these are my girls, and I'll say it all day long. BumShell, you wrench them up for one reason and one reason only. They don't ever belong to you, so get it fucking right. Don't get it twisted. You're sick. You have a sickness, Bomb. I listened to her tonight. I try to explain all of this as, well, I'm sorry. And then she's like, so what? So what? They gave me money. So what? So what? And she's motherfucking people that just gave her $2,000 like last week. Yo, go check yourself in somewhere. You need fucking help. She does know what she did. Absolutely. Ex-country. She knows what she did. She knew the whole time what she was doing, and she did it behind my back. And thankfully, they weren't afraid to speak up about it, and they came to me with it. I appreciate that because you saved a lot of people. And I don't want the people who have spoken out about other things before to feel like no one heard you. People heard you. People heard you in your own communities, just like they're going to hear here. And some people aren't going to, it's not going to change anything, right? Some people will say, that's okay. Give people time. Be patient with them. Some people take longer than others. If you're disappointed in someone, try not to be too hard on them. It takes time. Like, I did not want to do this all so quickly, but it needed to be done. Because if I would have sat here for another week, which I probably would have done if it weren't for the encouragement of others, I might have waited because I was extremely exhausted, didn't want to deal with it. And that's just the truth. But it could have been another, God only knows how much money sucked out of someone else. And, this shit's crazy. It's just crazy. I'm beside myself that she did this. So hold up. Now this is Sweet Tea, who she had words for today. She's got words for all these people who helped her. All right. Trying to tell them off now. Thank you so much. Thank you, TM, for bringing a voice to all Bomb shamed. Irish Gal, I've missed you. You should come around more often. Yes, truth and justice channel, I agree. They have to find out. Some people have to find out for their own, just like I did, right? I had heard all the stories. I didn't think really anything of it because I went into Bomb's like, she was an acquaintance to me, like it wasn't until just recent when she started calling out some things that were related to Summer that I'm like, all right, I'll share her out. I don't mind. She's always been good to me. She's always been good to me. For real. Like, I'm not even lying about that. Never had a single issue with BumShell. So I do believe in helping people out, sharing them out, promoting other channels. I like to do that because you can't click on people anymore in the chats to get to their channel. So yeah, I have no problem sharing people out. But now she ruined it for fucking everybody because I got to tell my mods, do not drop anybody's link in my chat anymore. I can't even try to share someone out. It's crazy. And then listen to this real quick. Listen to this. I'm in the shower listening to this shit. I almost died. I had to stop what I was doing in the shower. I kid you not. And I had to record this. Listen to what she says. Tell me if you hear it. Because it stopped me dead in my tracks in the shower. Listen. Apparently I'm not quite home. Whether I'm weak
to anybody in Discord or not, it was for reasons. It wasn't because I was just trying to take somebody's money.
It wasn't just because I was trying to take someone's money. Listen to that one more time. Just because you were trying to take someone's money, we know you were trying to take people's money. Thanks for admitting it. Just, keyword. Not just because I was trying to take their money. Fuck you the long way, right? Is that what you say, Bomb? Fuck all the way off.
Apparently, I'm not grateful. Whether I went to anybody in Discord or not, it was for reasons. It wasn't because I was trying to take somebody's money.
Fuck you. So this is Sweet Tea, okay? So 7:12, she says, hey, Bonnie, I know you're live right now. I just saw on Discord and it reminded me that you wanted me to hit you up. How is it going? Hey, baby doll. 2 days later. Hey, she says, Bomb on the 16th of July. I was going to ask you something, but never mind. LOL. Sweet Tea says, okay, LOL. Hey, Lisa wants to know if you have her blocked. I told her that you probably didn't. No, she's not blocked, says Bomb. Sweet, I need a favor. Can you put some money on my PayPal to pay my electric bill? It's negative $49. It's about to be turned off. I need $75 to keep it on until I get paid Thursday, and I'll give it right back. So let me show you. Nerve, right, Jenny Hansen? The nerve. The fucking nerve. Can you put some money on my PayPal? Who do you think you're talking to? Your husband? Hey, can you put some money in my bank account real quick? Because I gotta pay a bill. I'll get you back later. This is someone you don't even know. No shame, Savage. No shame. I have never in my life asked anyone outside my family for help ever. God forbid, I hope I never have to. But it sure as fuck wouldn't be like that. I know that for certain. Hey, can you put some money? This isn't the only one. Wait, there's more. She did this to other people. You have no place to treat these people the way that you have. You owe them an apology and you pay them back. You'll never pay them back, though. Not a single one, because you don't have it to give, right? You spend it on Ubers to get cigarettes every day. BumShell gets in an Uber that at least costs $15 to get into. Tell me it doesn't. How much does it cost you to get people that live in the city? Let me know how much it costs you just to get in that Uber. For a pack of cigarettes. So I said, Mom, why don't you buy an apartment? I can't afford it. Well, if you can afford to get in an Uber, which costs more than your cigarettes, how the fuck can you not afford a carton of cigarettes? The fuck? So yeah, she gets in an Uber every day for her cigarettes. I kid you not. She says this on live streams. So I asked her, I'm like, listen, why would you ever get in an Uber to go get a pack of cigarettes? Like, I could understand if you were drunk or whatever. It was like a one-time thing. But or whatever, you know, you got to do what you got to do sometimes. But like, this is a way of life. Yeah, if you can't afford power, you don't need to smoke. Right, Chris Larson? I agree with you. Now, smoking is an addiction. It's hard, but priorities, people, priorities. How the fuck did I make it through 18 years? 18 years bringing up a child pretty much by myself the whole time, and you can't make it, Bomb. Because you know what? These women that you hit up for money, they're mothers. You don't even have a child in tow. How can you not fucking figure this out? Is it because you don't have that, like you don't have that motivation to actually have to figure it out? Because I had to figure it out. Just like all the other people in this chat. And not saying that people that don't have kids don't struggle, but I'll tell you what, it's probably a hell of a lot easier to survive on your own than it is knowing you have another human that relies on you. You don't have another human that relies on you. Okay. And if you can't afford your dog, give him, or Sadie, give her to someone who can pay for your dog. This is disgusting. Did I even show the screenshot? I don't think I did because I'm so fucking worked up. And mind you, I haven't even spoken in like 2 days yet. So here is the PayPal. So Sweet Tea here sends $50. $50 to Karen Style. You paid a $175 late fee. Love you so much, Bomb. You are a light. Thank you for making me laugh and keeping me company. A love gift from me. Okay. $51.75 instead of $75. She gave $50. I hope you thanked her, Bomb. Do you thank Sweet Tea? Stila, I see you, girl. Hey, Sandy Jersey girl. I'm not going to see everyone in chat. I feel so bad. I usually really like to pay attention to my chat, but it's going to be impossible. Is she related to Ernie? I have no idea. I just asked that the other day. I'm like, is she related to Ernie? Because I'm just seeing this. Paris Ritchie, thank you. Let me read this. Hey, Tiffany. Hey, everyone. This is so ridiculous. I know PM girls who have more tact and respect for their viewers. So pitiful. Ooh, burn. I look very pretty. Let me see real quick here. Because I'm going to move on to next. And this one's not pretty. Hey, Plurpy. Plurpy, oh my God. How are you? I haven't seen you in ever. Probably behind too. Hey, Nay. When you send out a PayPal, does it show up in your, I don't know what that's at. I lost it. My stream there, it's like flying by. Oh, there it is. Hold on. Does it show your bank account numbers? I don't know. I don't have a PayPal. I've never had a PayPal. I don't really like, I never had a cash app till YouTube. So I had no clue. You'd have to ask someone with a PayPal. Sarah Silva, I only found her from UTM and I have no idea she was like this. She always seems so kind. This is disgusting. Yeah, Sarah, I'm sorry. And I'm sorry to everyone that I sent there. Like, I at least owe this, okay, to those who were so kind to her. The way that she has treated these girls the last couple of days has only encouraged me more to come up here. She can say it's not a scam all day long, but to me, it is. Call it what you want to. Actually, before I show those, I'm going to show you Dana's messages with her. We're going to go back to Dana real quick because these are important. These messages tell a story all on their own. So I want you to see them since, you know, Bum, you're the queen of receipts, right? Why am I here showing your receipts? Why am I taking time away from Summer to deal with your receipts? You're pissing me off. You're really pissing me off. I have no clue. Hold on. Click on that. Hold on one second, you guys. Great. Give me a minute. Is this up? Let me at least put this up. Okay. Nicole, just block that because I really just, I can't with that. I don't want anything to do with people's personal lives. Keep that shit, whatever, but I don't think so. I don't think that's real. So just block it. You can block that one. All right, cool. All right, so we're going to go through these. If anything you question, you guys, while I'm going through these, just do what you think is right. I trust you to make the right decisions. Let me just know what's going on after. Okay, so Dana. Dana's so sweet. All of them are sweet. Okay. So I have no clue what they were talking about before this, right? Probably her landlord. I feel like with her landlord, we were talking about. So Bum says June 16th, no eviction. She's nothing. That's why I was going to try to do a 24-hour stream. I got evicted Tuesday. And if I don't have what I'm behind by Tuesday, the sheriff throws us out. I have no help, no one to move me. It's just a mess. The state should have helped me months ago and they haven't. I don't start my job until July. I'm about to lose the rest of what I haven't already. Anyway, good night, boo. Okay, so you see what she's doing here? Dana says, no, Bum, how much are you behind? Sorry, I was getting ready for bed. I can't ever sleep anyway. I'll be around for a bit, but just message me whenever. If I fall asleep, I'll get back to you in the AM. If I can help, I want to. Let me know. June 17th, she says, I honestly hope so too. Listen, I'm scared to death. People call me so many things. I'm petrified. You have no idea how much it means for someone to understand and believe in me. I don't know if I'll hit the goal or not, but I'm trying, really am. Dana says, wait, it's more than 870? Now, remember, Dana gave 870 on this very day. Her cash apps prove that. I showed them just about 25 minutes ago. I could pull them up again. Actually, let me grab them because I want you to be able to see them in conjunction with this. Give me 2 seconds. It was the one, it's like a list. So it's right here, 870, June 17th. You can match this up. Hold on one sec. Let me show you. Same date, June 17th. Here are Dana's cash apps right here. Okay. Not even mentioning the super chats. Super chats all the time from these girls. They were so good to you, man. You did not need to do this. You didn't at all. So she says, yes, honey, it's 3 months. It's 2610. Hold up. Thought you said it was 3K. Now let's revisit. Remember the 3K? Then she told me on Tuesday that she was $400 short. You guys remember that? Well, she said today Hold on. Let me try to find this. I think it's this one. She says, she slips up and she says, and AB was playing it last night and I caught it while I was washing dishes today. And I'm like, no, she did not. So right here, she tells Dana it's 2610. She tells me it's 3,000. She tells everyone else it's 3,000. Then she says here, I think this is the one. Hold on.
I just anybody out of time. And I'm telling you, every single. I just anybody out of time. And I'm telling you, every single penny I went to this apartment to just get it, to get out the other. I would never tell you something and then not do it if you get any money for it. And that's what I used the money for. When I said it was $2,600 to stay in that other apartment, it was.
So I'm like, wait a minute, $2,600. She told me it was 3,000. And that she had everything but 400. So she had what she needed. What was the problem, Bom? So even just by this screenshot alone, you got every single penny you needed to stay in that house. If it was 2,600 and you told me you had everything you needed except $400, why didn't you stay? Why go through all the trouble? Why say the floorboards were caving in when you told me you wanted to make it cuter than you had it already, that all you wanted to do was stay? You didn't want to leave where you were, that if she let you stay, you were going to make improvements, you were going to do this, you were going to do that. So you're telling me that you got 2,600 and you didn't stay. You chose to make it harder for yourself, or you got evicted. Which is it? Did you get evicted? Or did you just choose to leave? Or were you in that place before? Because I feel like you were there. And aside from what Prachi says, I'm sorry. I'm not going to call Prachi a liar, but I am going to say, I do not believe you. And I don't care about your witness. I care about the lies you're telling. I believe you didn't turn that camera on because you were in that house already. Prove me wrong. Bring your receipts, Bob. Prove me wrong. These are just my own opinions. Prove you were not there already. You didn't get evicted twice in 2 months. Shut up. Shut up. Hold on, I wasn't looking at my chat. Welcome, Jinx. All right. So let's continue because there's a lot here. She says it's more than 870. Cry face. Yes, I mean it's 3 months. 2, 6, 10. It was supposed to get it. I was supposed to get it in March. She says, I guess I read that wrong. No. She says, it's okay, sugar. She's sugar and honey and everything else, right? But now you can't even answer her. You do realize this was less than a month ago. This woman gave you $870, $150, $500, $100. You're crazy. You have something wrong with you. There is something wrong. So Dana says, well, can you pay 1 month now and buy a month extension so you'll be 2 months instead of 3? She says, no. She said that she nor the owner is making any money while I sit here for free. Well, no shit. I mean, we'd all be on our asses, right? If we didn't pay our rent. I'm pretty sure no one's landlord would just let them not pay their rent. Just sit around for free. Like, tell me where in America can you go to do that? Nowhere. Nowhere. This is such a strange comment to make, that her landlord wasn't going to sit there and let her sit there for free. Like, she doesn't see anything wrong with that. She doesn't see anything wrong with that. Doesn't see anything wrong with, going to people and like, hey, throw some money on my PayPal. Hey, I need help. I need my electric bill paid. Oh my God. If life were only that easy, shit, I wouldn't have been hanging my head at my table when I had a baby running around wondering how the hell I was going to pay my bills. Because he was really sick and I lost a job at the same time. But you know what? Yeah, if only it were that easy and I could have just said, hey, can you throw some money on my Cash App? Can you throw some money on my PayPal? None of that existed back then, but it doesn't matter. This is just not the way life works. Thanks to the good people who were nice enough to give to you, it is. Thanks to all the people that you've been asking all these years, life has just been that easy for you. You have nothing to complain about. You should have more than enough, but you don't. And there's absolutely no reason for it. You have to manage your own money. You got to manage your own financial health. And so don't these people too. Guarantee you they won't be given like this ever again. And the person who really, really needs it, and I know of one right now, known them for a really, really long time. I consider them a real life friend. I would have picked her over you in a fucking heartbeat, bitch. But no. You sit there for free, right? Sure do. You sat there for free because everyone else was paying your way. You're gross. So then she says, I asked her last night, begged her, my YouTube check for May is only $411. So Dana says, well, can you pay 1 month now and buy a month extension so you'll be 2 months ahead instead of 3? No. I'm going to read this again. She said that she nor the owner is making any money while I sit here for free. I asked her last night, begged her. My YouTube check for May is only $411. She's only 3 days away from her YouTube check for June, mind you. See the date here, June 17th? You get paid on the 21st. Wait till you see the ones of her asking for money on the 25th, because she was late on her rent. And let me tell you something, that June check for YouTube, you did pretty good. What the fuck are you doing with all this money, Bum? Where is it going? Up your nose? I think so. It's the only explanation. So then, Dana says there has to be help. It's COVID times. Hold on. She says, there has to be help. It's COVID times. If you aren't bringing in money, can't they help with assistance? There's a lot of programs out there. Have you checked with local churches, Salvation Army? Same thing I said to her. And I was really, really proud of Dana for talking about this with her, because that's what a friend would do. Point them in any direction that can help. She says, we get paid a month behind. Yes, I have. And with it being in the middle of the month, they have no money and don't consider a single woman with no children an emergency. I applied for energy rental assistance back in March and was told it would be pushed through, and it hasn't. Dana says, what state do you live in? You don't have to tell me if you don't want to, but I can try to find quick help for you from different agencies. Do you have a crisis line? Here, it's 211. They look at every possible option to help. I mean, everything. Can you get something in writing about your assistance? You can send them showing approval. Can you set up a payment plan? Did you put a security deposit down? And did they already use that towards rent? Do you have a car? Can you drive for Uber or Postmates or something? She says, no, I left my car when I got COVID the second time. I have 311 here. So she's saying it's 311 there instead of 211. Here, it's 211. That's what I told her too. I said it'd be called 211. I couldn't remember what she said hers was, but yeah, no, I cannot even. She makes me fucking ill. So the next one. Dana says on the 17th, I just got over COVID for the second time in 6 months. It sucks. Mom says it does, truly does. Goodness. I still have to do breathing treatments at times, not so much anymore. Dana's the same. I have a sleep app that records breathing, talking, coughing, etc. It's still not good. I think my lungs are permanently fucked. LOL. Mom says, I did show her. It's been months. She just wants her money. There's no hard feelings. I just talked to her last night. And no, she isn't budging. Dana says, well, damn it. I thought you'd have enough now, and I don't have much extra left. When I saw that, this bothered me. There's certain parts of these messages that really fucking get under my skin. And excuse my language, because I've been trying to watch my F-bombs. It's not really working. But I can't even help it. When I read these, I was trying to cook dinner. I could not even focus. It was like psychotic. And I was reading them on a Discord call, and I couldn't even believe. And my jaw was on the floor, literally on the floor. These are people I care about. You're a dirtbag. She said, I know this is the worst way to go, because you try something like this and pay it off when you get your emergency rent money. So she sent her a link for Quick to Lend. I don't know what that is. Obviously, it's a lender. I don't know if it's like a, those cash advance type things, maybe. Dana was so helpful. Is Valoma here? Hey, Valoma. Almost to you next. Mom says, my credit is my issue. It took a hit. Hey, you and the rest of America, right? My credit went to shit, right? I got in a car accident. My credit was pretty much shit. Guess what? I paid for having real bad credit. It happens, right? We just are human that way. It's a credit score. What are you going to do? Cry about it? You gonna fucking cry about it? Some people don't have the best credit. You can build your credit back up, okay? You can still get things with bad credit. I did it. Didn't need anyone to co-sign for me. My name. And Bum, from the way it looks to me, you're pretty good at getting what you need, right? Like, you're going to tell me, I don't even believe you that these places won't help you. I don't. Look at what you're doing here. You don't know how to get help for yourself? What did you do before YouTube? This is fucked. My credit is my issue. It took a hit. I have had the worst 2 years of my life since my dad died. God bless. I have the utmost sympathy for that, no matter what. Dread the day. Because no, I don't believe life would ever be the same for anyone who ever lose a parent who has lost a parent. But you cannot keep doing this and using that excuse, because he would not want that for you. I don't believe he would want that for you. And I don't believe he'd want you to use that. He'd want you to pick yourself up and do what you have to do for yourself. That's what I believe. But you do what you fucking want. You do you, girl. Use your own father. That's sick. That's not okay. Say a fucking rosary, would you? Shame on you. So she says, mine was too, but it says all credit welcome. So Dana's like, listen, she knew something wasn't right. She says, but it says all credit welcome. Loans for everyone. Dana didn't have to do this for you. She didn't have to sit here and go back and forth giving you resources and options. She didn't have to do that. She didn't have to give you $900 that day either. But she did. So Dana says it's crazy right now because everyone's struggling. Like, hint, everyone's struggling. Have you noticed we're like going into another Great Depression here pretty soon? Winter's coming, right? Like, have you read any newspapers, Bum? Have you watched the news? Do you know what's going on right now? And it might just get a whole lot worse, but don't worry about anybody else but you. People should be saving their money right now, because I think it's going to get a whole lot harder. So you might want to fix that for yourself. You're not going to do this shit anymore. Like, it stops now. So Dana says the economy is a joke. I don't know how they're kicking people out. I mean, I get it. They need to get paid, but like, and I can't see because that little arrow's in the way. Give them something. You'll be one less month behind. Now this one's June 29th. Bum got what she needed. A little over a week later, she pops up in Dana's DMs again. Hey, T-Spiracy. Jimmy Hoppa, California Blue, Canterbury, Misfit Jenny. It's good to see everybody in here. Oh, I didn't open it in another tab, though. All right. I hope everything's good in my chat, you guys. I haven't looked, like, except for just now for a second. So, June 29th, 6:56 a.m. Like, don't mind. She's not sleeping or anything. Like, don't worry about anybody's sleep schedule. You're calling me before I even woke up on the only day I had to sleep in probably 2 months, right? I'm like, shit, I get tomorrow to sleep in. I haven't slept in 2 months because I have to be out of the house early in the morning. Okay. My phone was ringing before I even woke up that day. Then I had a text. Call me. If you saw my text, I'll see how I feel. Maybe I just need to even show you when I confronted her. I wasn't going to do that, but now that I'm sitting here thinking, I think it's important people see the way that Bum handled this with me, because people have questions and I have no problem showing them. Bum, you could show them yourself, but I don't know why you're holding all this back. Like, just, you got to be honest, because now I have to be honest for you. You busy? Dana says, hey, just saw this. Just busy with work meetings. What's up? Bum says, oh, honey, never mind, sweetie. Dana says, I'm so sorry. What's going on? I'm free now if you need me. Bum says, oh, no, I'm okay, honey. Dana says, okay, just checking. I'm going to have a few days off starting Friday and need to catch up on things. I've been out of the loop for like a week and I feel so lost, but hope you're doing well. Did you move yet? Did that all work out? Praying for you. What's the matter? You didn't keep in touch with her after she sent you $807? You didn't even hit her up. Like, how come you're not in her inbox that whole week? What's up with that? Because you got what you need and you go back when you need more. So she doesn't answer her. Let me see if I have the right one. Let me see if I missed one. I don't want to mess these up or jumble on. So June 16th, June 17th. All right, this is the last one for Dana. This is sickening. Hey, Dana Keiko, I need a favor. My electric is about to be cut off. Can I borrow some money until I get my YouTube check on the 21st? You have my word to pay you back. Whatever you can spare. I'm trying to get money to buy furniture to get money coming in. And I'm just completely out. I need food, dog food, and all the money I got for my birthday, pay the back balance on the doctor and the internet before it's cut off. Like, what is this? What is this? I have never, ever, even in my life, thought or even dreamed of asking someone for all these things. This is crazy. It is insane. This is the true definition of insanity. Let me read this one more time. I need a favor. My electric is about to be cut off. Can I borrow some money until I get my YouTube check on the 21st? You have my word to pay you back. Whatever you can spare. I'm trying to get money to buy furniture to get money coming in, and I'm just completely out. I need food, dog food, and all the money I got for my birthday, paid the back balance on the doctor, the internet before it's cut off. As soon as I can get furniture to I'll be fine. I don't know who else to go to that I can trust. You know what's crazy? Bum never asked me for a single dime. Never asked me for a single dime. And yeah, just so you know, Bum, I did give to you. Did you forget? I know you didn't thank me when I gave to you. I had to tell you I sent you a Cash App. I super chatted you. I mean, I'm sure people remember me giving to you. I wasn't throwing $500 your way at a pop, but yeah, I guess you don't remember the $20 donators, right? $20 isn't memorable. Keep that in mind, people. Keep that in mind. She only pays attention to the $50 and the $100 super chat, just so you know. I've never missed a single super chat on my channel. I have never forgotten to thank someone. If they have Cash at me, I go email them like the second I open it right away because I know I'll forget because I'm super forgetful. So there can't be any mistake. I do it right then and there. I don't even leave like an hour to thank anybody. You're gross, BumShell. So she doesn't know anyone else she can go to that she can trust. You just met Dana. Bum, you just met her like 2 months ago. You trust Dana? Oh, you trust her money flow, right? Dana, she trusted you in like 2 months. She trusted you and felt so comfortable to come to you for money after just 2 months. This is like Twilight Zone shit. Dana says, hey, sorry, I just saw this. I love you so much, but right now I can't because I had to freeze all my shit. My social info was leaked on the dark web, and all my pay apps and cash was case was hacked, or they tried. Also got a random call from a 423 number in Tennessee, so I have to wait until all this clears up to even pay my own bills, hopefully soon. Oh, that's okay, sweetie. Goodness. Nothing like, hey, Dana, do you need anything? I've got an extra hundo sitting around. Like, you helped me so much this last month. Is there anything I can do for you? Could I fire up a live and ask people to help you, Dana? Because you just pretty much paid 3 months back rent for me, right? No. All she says is, oh, that's okay, sweetie. Goodness. That's all Dana gets. Like, what? Blows my mind. Anyone who questions why this is an issue, like, don't expect an answer from me. I will never even bring attention to your name, and no one else should either. Like, if you have to question a damn thing, you need help. You really do. You want to support that and listen. AB was a lot nicer than me. I say all 971 people go hit that fucking button over there and don't ever look back. That's what I say. That's what I say. You want to really stop this cycle? Stop listening. Don't give it another single view. I can't tell you how many people ask me. Hide them. Yeah, hide them. Please block from my channel. I don't even know how they're in here. I got nothing to say to you, asshole. So, I remember what I was saying. What was I saying? Hold on. I lost my total thought. Check her recent command. I don't care. Thank you for reminding me. I don't care what she says if she's not discussing this, if she's not giving these women an apology, if she's not explaining herself, if she's not giving the answers that everybody deserves to hear. I have no reason to listen to her. She could talk about my feet all day long. She could talk about my Dunkin' Donuts incident all day long. I don't give a fuck. You're like 6 months late to the party. I don't care what I said about JC's daughter. I'll say it again. Get that through your head, BumShell. Get that through your head. I said it then. I stand by it now. Don't care what anybody says. Play it. Play it forever. I don't care. I only care what you have to say about this situation and nothing else. Nothing else. That's it. So when people come to me and tell me BumShell saying this, I'm like, is she talking about this situation or no? I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear a word. Don't care. You can make up all the lies about me. Don't care. So now, oh, T, I know she is. She's been deflecting. You know who she reminds me of? Not even gonna lie to you. First day I went to her, when I messaged her, I'm making pretty good time for this. I thought it was going to take longer, so I'm not rambling as much as usual. Yes, I can see you, sweet pineapple. I can see you. So I didn't believe it, Misfit Jenny, but I could be wrong. Nothing's wrong with my feet looking good. I think I have cute feet. That was the whole fucking point. But she didn't get that. Like, a lot of people missed the point on that one. I have pretty feet, so I can say that because I take care of them. But anyhow, this is what I mean. She's using the craziest shit. She's bringing up stupid shit that no one cares about at all. Doesn't matter. Only thing people care about is this right here. You can't deflect with old John Crimes videos and whatever the hell you're doing over there. Like, no one gives a fuck. They've already heard this shit. Don't you know that? Did you not know? This has already been drilled into the death, and Bomb didn't know about any of it. She didn't know about any of it, she says. She just found out what I said. You're fucking with the wrong one, Bomb, because I'll never care. I will never fucking care. I only care what you did to these girls. That's it. And everybody else who got conned and scammed and swindled by you. I care about them. So I have a whole nother batch of texts that are going to make your blood boil. But first, I am going to smoke a cigarette. So hold on one second. I'm going to read through my chat. Her community wall is funny. She's in a panic. Tell me what she said. Does it have anything to do with this? You didn't interrupt me, sweet pineapple. Not at all. Not at all. Told you a girl wearing sandals. She had nice feet. She flipped her feet upside down so I wouldn't look at them. Maybe she's self-conscious about them. Oh, there's more. There is more. This isn't just all there is. You do too, Lilybit? Thank God. Some people have ugly ones, and I feel bad they didn't have a choice, right? Like, it happens, but you can't say shit about my feet, girl. She only jumped on Summer Wells' case to clout chase. So she's going to beat my ass. Come on up here with your Uber. Bring your Uber. Don't forget. She's going to need money to get up here, up my way. Probably like a whole G to get up here in an Uber. Anybody willing to pay that? No. I'm just asking. I'm just asking. You want me to come to you, boo? Can you even get up off your couch, Bombshell? Can you? Oh, I'm shaking in my boots. She's going to beat my ass. Well, you're going to need a fucking vehicle to do that, right? I would think. But you don't have one of those. You don't even have 4 wheels, bitch. Do you have a bike? Do you have 2 wheels? You got a tricycle? Like, what are you actually doing? What do you do when you can't afford an Uber? Come on. Stop. You're not going anywhere except to get cigarettes and your drugs. All right? So let's not make up stories now. All right, so I'm going to pull this up. Hold up. So I'm going to say we're in. You guys haven't even heard of this person yet, but I'm going to do a little story when I run outside real quick because I need to tell you before I show you. You guys see this okay? Let me grab the link on my cell phone real fast. You guys are going to be pretty pissed too. Already, you think you're already pissed. You're not done. Crackling, I hope not. Let me know, because I know sometimes you guys will say I'm crackling. I shouldn't be. Where's Lippy? I don't know. It's like she's been around a lot of people who have. Like Lippy said, I wanted to believe in her. And I hope she doesn't mind me saying that. Like, she wanted to believe in her. She wanted to believe she changed. The screen's blurry. Oh, hold on. I don't know why. You have to fix that on your own side. So command corner, I it to a toggle. It used to be 3 dots. And fix your video quality. That's not me. That's you. I sound good? Okay. So I'm looking at my chat if anybody has anything that they need me to see like right now. Because I needed to get up for a minute. I can't just sit there and read these text messages without like taking a break for a minute after a whole hour. My volume dropped a bit. Shouldn't. All right. $1,000, you can smoke a couple good bowls. Hell yeah, Flirpy. How big is your bowl? Oh my God. Does T-Spiracy have a wrench on my channel? Because I need to get one for her. So T-Bori says, Bomb can't say this time a community came for her. She brought this on her fucking self. She did, T. And I really, like, I'm not going to lie. I wanted her to just be honest. And she wouldn't be. Like, damn, why did you have to do this? Like, it sucks. dazed and confused. I was wondering about the VIP room in Discord. I have a VIP membership Discord chat because I had an issue with people going in there, taking people's private conversations, like they think are like a little bit safer or whatnot. So, hey, Grappler. Grappler has also made videos about this. There's a lot of people in here that have called her out before. So please know that. There were people before this that have called out. You know, I have not for or whatever. I don't know. She said she's cracked out. Like in that text right there, she says, I'm cracked out. Bum, what's going on? Thank you for bringing awareness to the community. This needed to happen. Thank AB, Ageless Beauty, because if it weren't for him, this wouldn't happen so soon. Like, I really owe him a lot of thanks for encouraging me as much as he does. He's a good person. And he was really worried about you guys. So, and someone drop his link because he's been right there the whole time, right there by my side. Has not shied away from this at all. And he was very concerned about it. So AB's in the chat. Why can't I make money off of the Summer Wells community? Karen Shell Bommy. Ernie Shell's mom. There's AB. Sub up to him, please. Crystal Corley, hey. She deleted her community post. Whatever. She could threaten me, whatever. She should be petty and shit. Just, you know what, Bomb? You lost all support. Like, you did it on your own. No one did it for you. I gave you days. I waited for days. Like, do I have to show how I begged you in text messages? Or I probably will. I'll just put them out. And I'll sit here and show everybody that it was like pulling teeth or getting the jaws of life to extract anything out of you. Bullshit. You've only heard that used one way. Me too, sweet pineapple. I've never heard anybody ever. No, I've never heard anybody say cracked out if it wasn't, crack. Be good, AB. 3 times a charm, that's it. Oh my God. Listen. I also want to make it clear again before, because I'm almost done with my cigarette. That troll account of Jody Sue, he told everybody about Unalive. All right? Because he's in here. He's probably going to talk about it at some point, because I thought that was funny myself. I'm like, look at this video, right? Carl thought that it was like the first time he wouldn't show his screen if he had something to hide. And AB doesn't care. Don't underestimate him. He does not give a fuck. You got duped, Tiffany, but for people like Prison Mike and I, no bomb. She is going to share the wealth. She isn't going to share the wealth. Yeah, well, listen, I didn't give her mass quantities of money. I gave her $20 here, $20 there that she forgot about. So no biggie. I didn't lose like bank with her, okay? So she just needed my blessing to make money off of subscribers. So that's all it was. All right, I'm coming back on my computer. Okay. I hope that closing out my chat did not just make it so I couldn't chat again. I can't. All right, so I can't type in my chat now for however long. I have no idea. My YouTube is acting real weird, and it did this earlier. I couldn't chat in here while my live stream was waiting. It takes a really long time for me to chat in my own live, but it won't matter because I'm going to be reading these anyway. So I can't type in chat. I think YouTube must be doing like updates or something. Okay, so this here is Veloma. And a lot of you guys know Veloma. I was telling a story when I was outside and I didn't. A lot of you who know Veloma came into my chat. She's been here in the true crime community for a long time. She used to be a mod on a certain true crime channel, a very well-respected one. And she is absolutely did not just come into this community. She's not new to Summer Wells, the true crime community. She didn't just show up for summer, okay? And she's been attacked really badly. Now, let me tell you a quick story before I get into these, because Paloma had shared something that happened to her in my chat probably about a month and a half ago. And she shared her grief with my chat. She had lost her son. And a bunch of women at the same time came forward that day and started talking about the children that they had lost. She was targeted really badly by one channel in particular and called a crisis actor, all kinds of crazy stuff. Like some kind of conspiracy was going on with this Summer Wells case and Voloma. For whatever reason, this person decided to target her. While all this was going on, Voloma had asked me, you know, it wasn't the day she came in my chat. It was what happened to her after she shared her story in my chat and on another panel prior to coming in my chat that I discussed what was going on. And Voloma asked, can I come up? And I said, I'm going to say no, because I didn't want her situation to be exploited. And I didn't want to be putting her on a panel to talk about such a great loss. I didn't feel right. And I tried to protect her from what I knew people would do, because it's what they always do when people have, you know, a tragedy. People on YouTube are very, very mean and cold-hearted. I've seen it happen before. While I was on that very same live where I denied Voloma a link, not because I didn't want her to come up, but because I didn't want what happened to happen to her. Mom messages me. I don't remember exactly what she says, but she tells me she reached out to Voloma. She had her on the phone and she was going to do a live with her, and she set up a live stream. And my exact words to Bum when she told me she was on the phone with Voloma before I knew she set up that stream was protect her. I said, protect her. She put her on panel that night, the very day I told her no, to make sure that she wasn't attacked. So Voloma became one of her greatest, you know, financial supporters. Bum took her right under her wing, right? And unbeknownst to me, she's taking mass quantities of money from Voloma as well. So I'm going to read you these messages and they're going to go up your ass sideways. Voloma is a beautiful person. She did nothing wrong except say she was having a bad day and that she really misses her son. And then she went on to discuss how much he meant to her. Other women started saying their children's names that they lost, and it was a very powerful live stream. BumShell saw that and she used it. Keep ignoring me, hooker, says BumShell. Voloma says, what do you want me to send you? I'll get it. I'm playing, says Bum. I can't remember now. Voloma says, LOL, if you do, let me know. Bum says, oh, everything you had on them. I'm about to go live. I took my Adderall today for the first time in a long time. I'm a little cracked out right now. I didn't even know they were still fucking with you. I'm focused as fuck, but cracked out. I was like, what the fuck am I reading right now? So I'm going to show you the next one. There's a whole batch of these. Conspiracy girl, you probably wouldn't even want to have heard me the other day. Like I sounded like a lunatic. I was so pissed. So I don't know what was here, but if I know Voloma, it was a screenshot of her Cash App. I have the Cash Apps from Voloma to show you. Voloma means, for anybody that doesn't know, there's a meaning for the word Voloma. I should have said this. And with saying this, it brings awareness, which Voloma will very much appreciate because it's a new word and it describes against a natural order. So I'm going to read to you real quick so you know what Voloma means. And she tries to spread awareness for this. It's important to her. It's a word gaining acceptance to describe a parent who has lost a child. I'm going to drop a link in my Discord for my mods because I can't type in my chat. Could one of my mods drop this, please? For anybody who might be a parent who's lost a child, this would be very important for you. Guys, put this, I just dropped it in mod chat. This is the link for what Voloma means, the meaning and origin of a powerful word. So my mods are going to drop that. If you're interested, please click on it so you can educate yourself about what it means, because Voloma's name has so much meaning. All right. So is this one up? Did I put it up? Okay. You busy? Call me when you can, sister. Give me a few minutes and I'll call you. Hey, boo, you awake? Yep, just came out the back deck to chill for a bit. What's up? Can I call ya? Give me 15 minutes to get myself out there. Okay, honey, just call. And thank you kindly to all of those who are allowing these to be shared, because it takes a lot of strength for these women to share these messages, all of them. Salty, Dana, Sweet Tea, Voloma. They're doing it to protect everyone else. So they deserve much praise for that. I redacted her name here, just if you're wondering. She called her by her first name. I took that out. I don't want that in there. No one needs to know Voloma's first name. So She says, I hear him coming. I'll call when I get out of here. I don't know if she was at work or what. She says, okay, sugar, I'm going live shortly. I'm getting my ass kicked right now. Honey, I'm not being rude to you. I just have things I'm trying to deal with here. Moving is stressful when you're trying to do it with nothing. Moving is stressful when you're trying to do it with nothing. I did it with nothing. I did it. Anyone else? Have you ever moved with not a fucking dime to your name? I have. I'm so sick of it. I never want to deal with her again. So she said, if that makes sense. I was going to pick up the keys today, but apparently not. I don't know. It has nothing to do with you. Well, of course it doesn't have anything to do with her. So she says, so he should be off you now. Blank. She calls her by her name. He's all over me and Tiffany. I can handle my own shit. I've always been able to handle my own shit, and I never asked BumShell to defend me. I want to make that clear. All right? Valoma didn't ask you to defend her either. So don't get it twisted. You actually made things a hell of a lot worse for her. You did what I was trying to prevent from happening. Don't forget that. That pissed me off, and I didn't even say anything. That's right, Fizz. Also, I know a lot of strong women who will get some shit out of the mud and make it work with work. Mm-hmm. Damn straight. That's what you do. You make it work. Nope, you'll never hear me ask anybody to defend me. She can't use that. And she's not going to continue to use that. I think I know exactly why she was so hardcore defending me all over the place. Pretty obvious. And what did it do? Pulled all the people in. So Valoma says, I only jumped in your chat last night because he was attacking you. Bum says, I know it's okay. Carl can kiss all my ass. I know why you did it. So Valoma says, hey, lady, I was making the long drive home from my doctor's appointment and caught part of your live stream in and out of service. I have one more pre-op appointment. So she's going through shit here, as you can see. Like, Valoma doesn't have anything to take care of in life, right, Bum? You got pre-op appointments? You have surgery next week? Nope, but Valoma does. And anyway, you sound happy, and that makes me happy for you. I just wanted to tell you congratulations. Call me when you get a minute. Well, I will. Love you. You even ask her, like, you need anything? How are you feeling? How did your appointment go? No. Nope. Here's the next one. June 22nd. Hey, honey, they don't take credit cards over the phone the first time. I can go ahead and move in starting Friday for $913. Then turn right around and pay rent on the 1st. Plus U-Haul and movers. I'm a little stressed. Thank you for everything. I appreciate it so much. Valoma doesn't respond. June 23rd. Oh my God, she didn't respond to you in less than 24 hours. Hey, are you mad at me or something? Typical Bum. She thought I was mad at her too for a whole week. And I wasn't. I just wanted her to stop blowing up my phone, but she wouldn't. It became very clear why. So Valoma says no at the doc's office. So here she is again at the doctor's office, 2 days in a row. 2 days in a row. Lay the fuck off, right? Read a room. She's at the doctor's. Any of these people get any rest at all? No. Oh, okay, honey. LOL. You okay? I'm stressed out right now about moving. Hope you're okay. Why are you telling her you're stressed out with moving when she's at the doctor's office? Why say anything at all about yourself if someone's at the doctor's office? Just say, hit me up when you can. Please rest. Do what you got to do. No rush at all. Like how people treat their friends, right? She says these were her friends. Pushy is an understatement. Yep. June 24th, she responds to her. I'm glad to hear you're all right. I've been bawling my eyes out all day with this moving stuff. I am just beside myself. Oh my God. You would think it was the end of the world. No one wants to move, right? No one wants to move. It sucks. Nobody wants to pack up their life, right? Especially with no money. But you got to blow Valoma up about moving. You're crying your eyes out like overkill. So Valoma responds, I talked to blank. I'm not putting the name here. And she's okay with showing everything on her channel. This will take the heat off you and TM. Because Bum was bothering Valoma and bitching about another channel. I have never gone to any of my subscribers and like done this where they felt they needed to take the heat off of me. Bum says, I'm sorry to hear that. And that's okay, honey. Honey, right? But now she won't answer any of them. Stonewalled, like complete. She's ignoring all of them. Sorry to hear that. And that's okay, honey. Anything and anytime is fine. It's appreciated more than you know. I have to find a storage and found a guy to help me move for 300. Wait, I thought you paid him 400. The mover was 300 or 400. And I thought that the guy was a girl. You said your Uber driver was a girl. Now it's a guy. Your Uber driver moved you, but your Uber driver is a chick. I'm thinking maybe she gets Ubers for free and she just pays with her mouth. And that's how she goes and gets her cigarettes every day. Because maybe she don't want to tell people that that guy that moved her has got a little something, something on the side. I'm trying to make sense of this. Don't call for me. I'm just trying to make sense of it. That would probably make more sense, right? It's got to make more sense. There's no way she's paying Uber every day. Okay, so I have to find a storage and found a guy to help me move for 300. Maybe people will donate to me. As long as you're okay was my concern, not the money. Oh, that solidifies it for me right here. She wouldn't even need to say this. Why would you have to say that her being okay was your only concern, not the money? You a little guilty? Feel a little guilty, Bomb? Hunty. Oh my God. Hold on. Hazy. Oh, let's see. Emergency me. Hey, hon. Hey, meet Alicia. All right, next one. And I need to show you all of these. So I'm assuming this is a Cash App because that's what I've seen in later attacks, but I can't be sure. Paloma says, I'll be finished here and home in about 3 hours. If you're not too tired and you're not busy, can you teach me how to work the YouTube shit, please? Paloma, if you need to figure out anything, you come right to me. I will help you figure out your channel if you're trying to make one. Is this about the scam? Gossip News Network, true crime. This is about a woman who poached subs, and yes, I feel she scams them. If it was a grift, at least, okay, 100% a grift on very good people. So, but yes, I consider it scamming. At this point, I think it's safe to say. So she says, sure, I'm live right now, and I got stung by 2 wasps. If I'm not going to the ER, I sure will. Wilma says, oh gosh, take care of you first. I won't bug you anymore. Do your thing, Mommy. Mom says, you're not bugging me. I'll help you. Did she help you, Wilma? Did she help you with YouTube stuff, whatever you were talking about? I'll be shocked if she did. You know where to find me anytime. I'll get you right on a stream here to teach you how to do everything. All right. So Paloma says, make sure you got it. She says, oh, thank you. Yes, so much. Paloma says, love you. Have a good live. I won't be in chat much unless trolls show up because I don't want to attract attention from the devil fuckers, but I'm listening. So Paloma feels like she can't even go into that chat when Bomb's the one that put her up there because that's how bad it was for Paloma. It really was. It was really shitty. She still deserves an apology. All right. So Bomb says, okay, honey, okay. Can you go to Tiff's and tell her to check her messages? Because I was live. Can you go to Tiff's chat and tell her to check her messages? Because I could never not just, I had to answer her right away. Always. Why was she even, why? She called me when I was live. She would text me when I was live to call her while I was live. I don't even open emails when I'm live. And you want me to call you? You're out of your mind. So Paloma says she's ending and told her chat to come to your place. Oh, did I? Go figure. I sent my cat to hers. No kidding. You're on the way, Paloma says. Because that's what I would do. I would just send everyone to bombs. Never again. Never again. Unless I know you, I can't. I'm sorry. No more. No more. Like, unless I'm saying to drop someone's channel link, no one's allowed to share links here anymore. I can't do it. And I won't. Fucking ruin it for everybody. All right. So this one here. Says, okay, LOL. I'm sorry. I'm just really upset right now. She did this when I literally have $1 to my name. I'm laying down, stress headache. I'm so sick of her. She was live today about me doing a reaction to my live last night. I wrote a bad check for my rent. Who was live about you? Why are you bitching to Paloma about people she doesn't know? You talk about Savage. You talk about Control. Who are you talking about? Don't send Paloma to other people she doesn't even know. You want her to go defend you over there? So they can attack her and not know that she's not bad people? You're bringing these people into your bullshit. Then she's got to throw in, wrote a bad check for my, why are you writing a bad check for your rent July? You just got all that money at the end of June so you can move into your place. So now you need more and you wrote a bad check for your rent, which means the money you collected didn't go to your rent at all. This is why I have such a major problem with this. Hey, boo, can you put some money on my Cash App so I can call an Uber to go to the store? I can pay you back with my YouTube check. Come again? I'll be damned if I ever have to fucking text someone and say, can you put some money on my Cash App so I can call an Uber? Unless I'm stranded in the Sahara Desert. That would never happen. So she sends straight to her. She brings the screenshot right to her, puts the money right there for her. And all she had to do was say, hey, can you throw some money on my Cash App to pay for an Uber? The nerve. I'll say it over and over again. Then she sent, I'm not even going to share that one. It's screenshots of her ottoman, very clean, no stains, large chair, farmhouse style dining table chairs. You know what? She does great, beautiful work. I don't even understand. The things that she puts out are absolutely beautiful pieces of furniture. Like, what's going on here? Anyway, hold on. Ooh, I don't think anybody timed Prison Mike out. Hold on. Prison Mike, take it easy on Stellar, all right? Because Stellar, I want you to know Stellar, he did speak up and he came to me. And if anybody, I need you to know that. I need you to know Stellar came to me and he told me what went on with him and he tried to warn me. Please don't time out Prison Mike. Timed out because Stellar can't take being called a coward, but he's not a coward, Prison Mike. He came to me and he spoke up on his channel. He did live streams. Someone sent me the links so I can show him to Prison Mike, please, so he knows. We just played one on Savages yesterday. There was a live stream. Stellar did. He did. He spoke up. And I know who timed you out. I just got a message. It absolutely wasn't Stellar. That's why I just said, please don't time him out. Gossip News Network, you got Google? Go check it out. Stop asking me stupid questions. Stellar could have stopped enabling her and stayed on her, but he can't stay there forever. And he did bring a lot of attention to it. I don't know you. I know that other people have stuff going on or whatever, but I need you to know Stellar came to me. He really did. Be kind to Stellar in my chat, please. Take your issues. I know there are some people that give Stellar a lot of shit. Please try to just be cool just for the stream, all right? We really should be working together. I had mad respect first time he spoke up. Hold on. Let me see what it said. Munchie, get out of here. Get them out. I hit them. You don't need to be over here. Fuck out of here. Coming in my chat, disrespecting people. Salty, I didn't show all your messages from Bum. I didn't? Oh, I will absolutely. Salty, send them to me again so I don't miss anything. I will put them right up. Can we just yeah. It's cool. It's cool. I think they'll be fine in chat. Hey, Rabbit Hole. How are you doing, hon? I know, and I totally understand people wanting people to do more. Sometimes you can't do more. You have to let people learn for themselves. And you know what, Prison Mike, to be honest with you, I should have known better. I take responsibility for that. I knew because Stellar told me she refused to pay him back. And I went to her and I legit told her, don't you dare rip him off. You need to pay him. I knew what Bum had done other places. I thought she was doing good. And she had paid him back. I thought she paid him back several, but I guess she only paid him back one. So I was thinking like, all right, she's going to make good with him. So I don't want you to think Stellar didn't speak up because he did come to me. And I think I said that on Savages, but I just need you to know that he didn't just stay back and he didn't not give me a heads up because he told me, listen, I'm not going to be around if, I don't really want to talk about what I talk to people in private about, but he told me I'm not going to be around if Bum's over there. I'm a little uncomfortable with it. There was something that went on, with paying back the money and stuff. And I went to Bum right away. And I really didn't have a lot of communication with her at that time. And I told her straight up, don't you dare rip these people off. So she's like, I'm not, I'm going to pay back. I'm going to pay back. And then a couple months later, she started coming around more. And I guess, that's on me too. It's on me too. I take responsibility for that. I'm not going to say I didn't know that Bum had asked people for money before I knew that. I did not know what was going on over here though. But things were getting really weird on her streams and it was getting pretty intolerable. And I stopped going in there about a week and a half. I would say, to be safe, a week and a half before all of it. I got him. Thank you, Salty. I will not forget. I don't know how the hell I missed all your messages. That's weird. So I apologize for that, Salty. Damn. Thank you for telling me. I'm glad I was paying attention. So what was I going to say? I don't want anybody to be under the impression that Stellar didn't give me a heads up because he did. So I own responsibility in not keeping a watchful eye on I do get busy and then I forget things. That's on me. I had no idea she was using people privately and I didn't know. But I'm glad that it came out as soon as it did because it only took 2 months. And sometimes people get away with this stuff for years and years and years and years. So 2 months is pretty good timing. Let's just try to like, be cool. All right, let me get back into these real quick. So she says, I'll be straight to the bank after and I'll text you ASAP. Bum says, oh, honey, thank you so damn much. I don't know what I have done to deserve your friendship. So she says it right here. She considers Paloma's money friendship. Money is friendship to her. That's it. I don't know what I've done to deserve your friendship, but I truly adore the living fuck out of you. Woo, get those hoses out. July 14th, she says, truly, thank you. She says, laugh my ass off. Okay, honey, thank you. I'm discussing Tiff's live. Welcome, Mama Buzz, and welcome, Florida Keys Amy. Good to see you. Welcome back. Haven't seen you around. She said this to BXO also. So notice, July 14th. I'm horrible with military time, of course. So I wish I knew. So here we have July 14th, July 14th, July 14th. 2 hours later, hey, you feeling all right? Thank you. Like, how many times are you going to thank her? She's just trying to get her to text back. Hey, did you say you were? This is what people do when they want a response. They'll just keep going and going and going. So this one here it has a hashtag shown in the text. All right. So this is July 14th. Geez, seems like Paloma knew exactly what she needed that day, huh? Already figured you out. Like, that's why you're hitting her up. So she gives her $20 for you. Thank you so much. Thank you. I'm assuming she called her because Malone was like, hey, girl, I'm at an appointment. Should be done within the hour getting these pieces out. My body will be like getting a whole new hairdo, cam, bag of new shoes. I'll be straight to the banks after, and I'll text you ASAP. They make me mad. Like, still reading them. I'm going to need some blunts when this is done. I'm so annoyed. To be straight to the bank. Straight to the bank for you, Mom. Okay. So this one here. And it's important that you guys see. Because in order to really understand what took place here, you have to see these. It shows the intent and it shows the deception and it shows the manipulation, emotional manipulation. So the woman says, it ain't your fault. I just got to stop every so often. She said, I'm sure, bless your heart. July 15th. Hey, honey, hope you're doing good today. Question mark. Not even an hour and an hour and 15 minutes later. What the fuck? I'm okay at my attorney's office at the moment. Okay, thank you, sweetness. Paloma sends her $300 because she did not get back to her. I'm assuming. I'm just going to assume she didn't get back to her on giving her the money she needed the day before. So Paloma knew what she needed. Who's burning the motherfucking YouTubes down tonight, BumShell? Because it sure as fuck isn't you. Think you're burning it down over there a couple hours ago, right? You aren't burning shit down, except your fucking reputation and your YouTube channel because you canceled yourself, bitch. And she doesn't stop. Hey, did you say you were going to PayPal or Cash App it? I'm going to go ahead and pay it when you do before they charge me $200. She still needs more money. Yep. As soon as I get to my room and my laptop, it's a slow process. I'm up the stairs, almost to my room, going as fast as I can. This is pathetic, Bum. This is pathetic. Look at her hounding Paloma. Oh no, I keep forgetting you're hurt. Jesus, let me shut the fuck up. Yeah, you do that, but you shut the fuck up forever. Which app do you want me to use? Cash App is fine. I'm so damn sorry. I'm not rushing you. I apologize. Oh, yeah, you are. You are. You don't stop. You don't stop, BumShell. You don't care about anybody but your goddamn self. So Paloma sends her an x-ray. Okay. I redacted that. No one needs to see that. Nobody. June 29th. So Paloma says, holy shit, surgeon's office sent me the consent forms and the scan was with them. This looks bad. July 1st, she sends $50 for heart. Welcome, trust me, I'm a liar. Anybody who's joining my membership, I do let people come in to my members Discord and I will drop that link. I know Ray, I know you asked me to drop that. I'm going to put that up on my community post in a little bit. Okay. And everybody who joined memberships, if you get added into my Discord and you don't want to be there, you can just leave on your own because my YouTube automatically connects people straight to it when they join memberships, just so you know. So if you land in a Discord and it's got like a little emoji with like black hair and big eyes, it's like a little cartoon character type thing. That's mine. That's called Sassafras. So just so you know, my YouTube is connected to Discord, so it'll just pop you right in there. Now here are Cash Apps. Absolutely. Laura, of course. Give me a little bit. Let me finish doing these. All right. I know people want to come up here and I will do that. All right. So $100 June 17th. If you remember, June 17th, Dana Keiko sent her $870. Damn, June 17th was a great day, huh? $1,000 in a day. Holy shit. Doing pretty damn good over there, BumShell. Wouldn't you say? 4, give me until Tuesday to move money around. Because it wasn't enough. This is not all she asked for. July 13th, $20. We saw this one in the text, but I wanted to get it up here. This is the one you saw in the text message, so it's not separate from the one you saw. This is the same one. This is July 13th. July 14th, $500. 3 days before she told Dana Keiko she needed all that money, right? So 3 days before, let that sink in. July 15th. July 15th, 2 days before, Dana sent that $870, $300. 4, been doing shit with lawyer and forgot, sorry. And you can see where the message section is on Cash App that Paloma feels like she didn't get it to her soon enough. How dare you, bomb? The fuck do you think this is? A free-for-all here? It's not. It's not. Did I show that $300 one or no? Because I don't even know. Oh, God, emergency me. I'm so sorry. Hold on a minute. Let me find you. You give me a super chat. I didn't even see it. I'm so sorry. Hold on. Let me see what you said. Give me just a sec. Where is it? It's probably so far up. I hope I can still get it. Oh, here it is. Here it is. I'm so heartbroken for all the victims of this. Thank you all for being so strong, brave, and inspirational. Thank you for writing that because they are super strong and brave and inspirational to others who might be afraid to come forward about it and to talk about it. I don't want anybody to be ashamed at all. Hey, Shatter the Silence, Amara, Duchess, good to see you. Muscles and Mascara, Bill Dove, Matisse, TZB. Yeah, Laura, she took hella money from her. So hold on a sec, because I have to do, I know you want to come up. Hold on one sec. I got to handle something. So let me just do something real quick. Hold on. I want to make sure there's nothing in this that you didn't catch, Salty, because I don't want to share anything that might even put the slightest piece of information out about you. how did I miss these? I don't think you sent these. I'm so sorry. No, I know I saw these. Never mind. Because I just saw that one and I got these. What did I do with these? So strange. Okay. How did I put these up? So this is going to go back to the first person that I showed on here, Salty. These are the messages that go along with the first set of Cash Apps that you saw. Because I did not show them all. So if you scroll back and you look in on this live, you'll see that they're white. They're not like the other messages. They're all white. So you'll be able to find them easy. I wanted it to be super organized, but a little bit cut out of whack. I did pretty good, I think, for time too. Thank God. Don't want to be on here all night. But hold on. Okay, so here's Salty. We're going to show. Hey, Libby. I'm on staycation. I did want to believe in her, but I should have warned more. No, you did. Because you remember you said something to me. You were like, just, be careful. She can't hear me anyway. She's behind on 2 times speed. So Lippy actually was like, listen, she had her reservations, but she didn't want to just, she was so good to Bum. She really was. Lippy was. And she had seen what she had done too. So prior, she's dropping the Grappler's link. So if you guys want to grab that, you go ahead. I didn't want to believe in her, but I should have warned more. I did want to believe in her, but I should have warned more. I had no idea she would go so hard and take advantage of my friends this way so damn quickly. I'm here, but she's behind. So, and it's important that I read that from Lippy because I know it's on her heart a lot right now. The 1,000, is that this year? Oh yeah, this is all this year. All of it. Yep. This is just last month. And in fact, she actually just got Salty for $450 7 days ago. Salty's gone in there to confront her. So hasn't Dana. I believe Sweet Tea did as well. And others went in and followed behind. And that also, I want to say, made me really proud to see you guys stick together the way that you did. When you went in her chat, when you saw Salty go, Salty was the first in the other night. And she said, why did you come? Prachi, you can stay. You can stay. Don't think anyone's going to attack you. No one is. I'm glad you're here. So hold on. Salty went in first, right? And she said, why did you pick me? Like, what made you pick me? And that's when Dana followed behind. And I believe Sweet Tea went in there, right? So a couple people followed behind one another and they had each other's backs. And that was important to me to see. And I'm proud of you guys. I'm really proud of you guys for sticking together and for having each other's backs in that chat. That made me really proud too. Just like it did seeing Dana giving her all those resources. It was really sweet. So hold on one sec. It hurt me, but I was also at the same time really happy you guys had each other. So, oh, we have questions too, Officer Squarehead. We all have questions, but it's pretty clear to see what's going on, right? All right. Can't help someone that doesn't want to help themselves. Absolutely right. That's always what we all grew up hearing that, right? Like you can't help anybody if you can't help you. So 725. This, mind you, 725 was 7 days ago. Pretty sure 7 days ago. Am I keeping track right? Because when she went in there, it had only been for 4 days ago. And I'm like, she just gave you $500 just about 4 days ago. Why are you treating her like this? Are you kidding me? So yeah, July 25th. No, it was 12 days ago. Either way, fuck you, Mom. Fuck you. Hey, babe, you got a minute? Hey there, I just saw this. My brother is in town. We're running around. What's up, hon? I need a favor, boo. At Salty C. What's that? What you need? Mom says. I need some help until I can sell this furniture. I wrote a check for my rent and it bounced. I'm $300 short with what I owe and the late fee. Can you help me and give back to you? How'd you fall behind on your first month rent when you already paid your first month rent, huh? No answer. Can't get an answer out of her about that. She says, yes, I'll help. I sent $300. Do you have the money for the late fee? No. To be honest, no, she says. Salty says, how much is the late fee? Hey, Pixie Love. I don't even know if I can type in my chat. I don't know what's going on with YouTube. I can't type in my own chat. Still can't type in my own chat. So weird. All right, hold on. Oh shit, hold on a minute. This had more on it that I didn't notice. What am I doing? Hello. It happened off YouTube, Jenny. Can't contact YouTube about it. There's nothing you can do. You know, it's, listen, guys, from now on, whoever you listen to, wherever you go, enter at your own risk. Like, that's going to be the blanket statement from now on. Enter at your own risk. You can't trust anybody. Like, it's just a norm. It's a social media norm at this point, and just expect it to happen with anybody. It's the saddest thing I've ever seen. All the years I've seen some crazy shit, but I've never dealt with this. Never. No one's ever had the balls to fuck with people that trust me like this. BumShell. With the check, it's 150. So Salty asks her, let me pull her because I don't want anybody to forget because I just was rambling. So she says, yes, I'll help. I sent 300. Do you have the money for the late fee? No. LOL. To be honest, no. Salty says, how much is the late fee? Bom says, with the check, it's 150. Salty says, what do you want to do with payback? I planned on sending you 100 a month, as I do with very few creators that I like. I'll just not send you that money. She's not even asking for money back. She's just like, I'll break even. How about this? I won't give you $100 in Cash App a month. I'll just not give it to break myself even, right? That's what she's saying there, because Salty is so kind. I'm so glad you reminded me of these because I totally would have forgotten them and I would have been so mad. Good catch, Salty. No shame at all. No, very none. She has none. Not even when you listen to her on her live. She has no shame. That's why I think this is a way of life for her. She doesn't even think it's wrong. She doesn't think it's wrong. So this is odd. I don't even know what she's responding to here. So she says demons. Okay, that'll be fine. So who's she calling demons? The other creators that she gives $100 a month to? Like, what's going on? I have no clue. So strange. What a strange response to that. Salty says, what happened? How did you get behind? Just curious. Sent another 150. On the same day that Dana sent 30 on July 25th. So now I got to remember because I didn't write down Voloma. Hold on a minute. I want to check because I think, hold on a minute. Let me go to Voloma's Cash App. June 17th, July 13th, July 14th, July 15th. Okay. So that I know of, it was only Dana and Salty. That I know of. Bom says, honestly, when I moved in, I had to pay extra for U-Haul and storage and pay help. Salty says, yeah, moving is expensive as shit. Like, been there, done that. We've all had to move. Like, you got to figure it out, boo-boo. Bom says, it just broke me. Well, fuck. If moving broke you, then you haven't lived. All right? Straight up. It's a fucking damn good thing, Bom, that you only have yourself to take care of in life. I'll tell you that. I don't know what the hell you would have done otherwise. This is the next one. Hope I got the right one. Did I get this fucked up? Okay, not good. So then Salty says, well, I'm glad I could help. Love you, girl. Bom says, Salty, I love you too. Thank you. Don't send me any money until it's paid, please. I'm so grateful, beyond grateful. Salty says, we all fall short sometimes. You're welcome. Bom says, well, I refuse to again. You are a blessing. Thank you, truly. Hey, Carlos. I didn't know if you'd be mad at me forever, but I'm glad you stopped by because I was a little unsure of how you would handle this situation. Glad to see you. All right. So what I'm going to do now is, yeah, refuse to again. Right. I'm going to shoot this link to 2 people who asked for a link. And wait, first, hold on a minute. Before I do that, do any of the people who shared these messages and Cash Apps want to come up on panel and say anything at all? At all. If you don't, like, no pressure. I just want to make sure I offer that. I don't want you to be without a voice. If you want a link, let me know. Tell me yes, I'll send it straight to you. Dana, do you need one? Salty? Anybody? Voloma, Sweet Tea? Let me know. Because I'm going to send 2 links out because 2 people asked. If there's anybody who wants a link, please tell me so I can get one to you. I'm going to open up the panel, but I want to offer it to them first really quick. You're good. Okay. No problem, Voloma. Listen, thank you so much for being brave and strong enough to speak up because you are really really helping others and you're preventing this from happening. Can't say it won't happen, right? Because it's unrealistic to say, but you saved others from a lot of unnecessary donating. Stellar. TM, you saw my hope for link. Yes, I did. You're one of the two. I'm gonna send it to you. I just want to offer it to them first before I let anybody on because I'm good. Thank you, Tiffany. Okay, sweetie. Good, good. I just want to make sure I'm looking for her. Where's Salty? Is Salty here? Hold on. Where is she? Scared of the panel. It's okay. You don't have to. I just want to make sure you guys have a voice. Is Sweet Tea in here? Sweet Tea, I'm good. Thank you. Did I already read that? I'm like fried right now. My brain's like to mush. I can't, Tiffany. Just need a few minutes. Okay, Dana, here. I'm going to send you one in Discord. You ever been on panel? If you haven't, just click on the link that I sent you and put it into. You have to use Safari on your phone. You can't use Google Chrome, but I suggest jumping on a PC if you have one because you'll have better sound. Just close out your YouTube so you don't have an echo. But it's super easy. You just click the link, put it in Safari. Do Spursy wants one? Okay, you got it. Send someone to AZ, Stellar, Laura, and Dana's gonna come up. So I'm gonna send these out. Hold on. I'm gonna send them privately just so I don't have to deal with bullshit. So Dana's gonna get the first link. She can't come up right away, but let me tell her real quick. Copy link. Put in Safari if on phone. All right, so Dana's got her link. AZ, I'm going to send it in email. Stellar, I'm going to send an email. Laura, I got you on Messenger. Valoma, I just got your email. I'm saving these right now, and I'm going to put them up. Thank you. Wow. This is crazy, man. Like, this is crazy. I just really don't. I'm so, it's what it is. Like, all right, Stellar. Here's a link. Coming to you. Okay. AZ. Where is my jewel? Oh my God, I need another cigarette. I don't even know where I put it. Oh shit, I forgot someone else. I have to take care of that. All right, so Stellar got his. I'm looking for you, AZ, in my email. I'm gonna find you because here you are. Here's the link. Valoma wants the link. Hold on. So when she comes up, I'm gonna let her talk first. Laura, here's yours. Come in to you. Valoma, I'm gonna send you your text. All right, you got it. All right, I think that's good for now. Let's see. And if anybody from the boy or anything like who wants to be heard wants to come up here, you are more than welcome. Anybody wants to. I don't care if she goes live. I suggest nobody fucking clicks on it. She's got nothing of relevance to say. She can really get fucked.
Hello.
Girl.
This is sad. Like, first of all, everybody that got, I should say, I feel bad for, but especially Voloma. And I'm going to tell you why. I feel like she was targeted because clearly that woman has like a beautiful heart and she's super kind, and people like that, like, you know, unfortunately sometimes can get like, you know, taken advantage of. And it just makes me sad, man. And to the people who were brave enough to give you those screenshots, yeah, I'm really happy they did, because a lot of times people feel like stupid when something like this happens, right? They're like, oh, I should have known better or whatever. But like, it's really important that they're shared. That way the word gets out, because I researched this girl a little bit earlier, and there were quite a few things randomly throughout the years since like 2019. But this right here, this is the most hardcore proof, you know, of her playing these games that I could find anyways. It was on Twitter, you know. I didn't go through many YouTube videos, but yeah, it's just awful.
Thank you for staying in here and like caring about this. I really appreciate it. You've been so good over here always.
Listen, I have like a burning passion for other creators who are like scammers and stuff, like, because I know firsthand, Tiffany, and you probably do too, there's a lot of kind people out there. I mean, I've been like hit up in emails like, oh, this YouTuber's bothering you, like, I'll pay for your lawyer, like, and I'm just like, you know what I mean? Like, people are so generous, and like, I can totally see how that can be, you know, preyed upon and taken advantage of. There are so many people out in the world, like, I never really knew it until, you know, I got on this platform, who are just, I don't want to like insult anybody, but some of them are lonely, some of them are just filthy rich, some of them are just don't know better. Like, and it's really scary when you think about it.
Oh, speaking of being filthy rich, I got to clear something up. So Mom said that I said these people, hold on, I got to think exactly what she said. She said, Tiffany said that their money ain't shit or something like that. Something along those lines. What I said to her was, you never know who's watching and who might be able to give you everything you need and you never even know that they're there, because for some people, $10 is like $1,000 to others. Like some people got it like that. I never said their money wasn't shit, but she's going to twist my words. That's not what I said. So you heard it from my mouth, from my lips to your ears. What I said was, some people, $1,000 is like $10, right? But to some people, $10 is like $1,000 to some people. So and that's the truth. I stand by that. It's the truth.
Yeah, no, it really is. And there's lots of people out there who, like I said, some of them just don't know any better. And some of them just have really big hearts that just want to help people. And it makes me angry, but.
Paloma's here.
Oh, okay. Hi, Paloma.
Hey,
He's one of my favorite people. He's one of my favorite people.
How are you?
I'm okay. How are you?
Good. I'm good. Better than yesterday, the day before, that's for sure.
Oh yeah, I can imagine.
How are you? Are you okay? Because I know that had to be stressful with like your messages going up here, and you know, it's like, I know the feeling of like, it cringes you out and you're like, oh, like I said that, like I was so nice to this person. Like we've all been had before. I want you to know at some point or another, we all know that feeling of going back and reading a text like, I wish I was never so kind to this person, or, you know, and I just want to make sure you're okay.
Yeah, I'm good. I think that's the only reason. And again, I thank you for letting me do that to your audience. I've seen a lot of comments. I've kind of been sitting back and watching a lot of her reaction. I stayed silent. I wasn't in Discord. I wasn't in any comment sections. I watched AB last night. I watched many of BumShell's over the last, couple of days, and I wanted to see how she handled it before I reacted. I kind of live by doing the right thing, and learning to not jump in my emotions. And so when I saw her initially become very defensive and start the assault on everybody else, especially you, the way that she attacked you was absolutely ridiculous, because you created a safe place for us and given us a voice. Me especially, I can't tell you, I've been silent. I called myself the lurker for a long time, because grief is something that, that kind of makes you feel like you don't really fit in anywhere. So I've kind of learned to, sit in the lurker position, and you gave me kind of my power and my voice back to feel like I can contribute to something again. I can open my mouth and I can help someone else and I can contribute. And so for her to attack you because she chose to use and abuse people, it's just crap. It's just wrong. And so today I reacted and I'm pretty angry. I think anyone knows that anyone who's lost a child is going to be a soft spot for me. But the worst part, was not just using her family members that have passed away, not just saying that she's alone, not just saying that she has no help. I want her to know, I know she's listening right now. BumShell, what you did was not only wrong, but let me explain to you where you freaking lied. You lied by not being honest. People don't hide things that are good, they hide things that are bad. And you did not tell Tiffany that you were going to people that you had met through her and being a shitty person. You hid from me that anyone else was coming through for you with financial contributions, with help. You never told me that Dana was helping you or anyone else was helping you. You never told me Salty C. You never told me anyone was helping you. You said you had no help. That's a lie, because you had help. When you told them what you needed, the same stuff that you told me, and you didn't tell them that I had helped you. That's a lie. That's not the right thing to do. And you hid it from everybody. Therefore, you are a bag of shit. You are a bag of shit. You told me all about your family members that died. You cried on the phone. You knew that would pull heartstrings. But this isn't my first rodeo. When I told you no, that's when you got shitty. And that's okay, get shitty. But to use my accident, my work injuries, I have shattered vertebrae. I have discs that are bulged. I broke so many bones in my body. I got dragged by a train that I was building because that was my job. I have permanent nerve damage in my arm. I have several more surgeries I have to go. She knows all of this stuff. So when I mentioned to her about, working from home or getting a work from home job, flat out was told she can't work from home because her body is beat up. And then she told me about a car accident and how bad her knees are and how bad her back is. I knew something was wrong. I told her no. I feel bad for the people that didn't have an extra savings account sitting around. And so I feel terrible for the people that took from what they needed to give to somebody who was being a total bag of shit. Like, BumShell, get a job. I'm 5 foot tall. I weigh 105 pounds, and I've been a railroader for 20 freaking years, working next to the men, blood, sweat, and tears, all hours of the day and night. If I can do it, you can do it. Get a freaking job. Yeah, it is.
It's really hard work. I have a family member who used to do that when I was a little girl, I remember, and major back issues like crazy. He was out in the yard. So that's really, really hard work, Paloma. I mean, you don't even need to say it anymore, because he was like, I'm pretty sure he went through multiple back surgeries after all the work he did. And he did like straight out of high school too. So, wow.
When I got divorced, I did not want my ex-husband to not be able to be a father because child support, the government decided child support. I didn't want to take from him. I knew I was capable of working. And that's one of the reasons that I've subbed to Tiffany for so long. She's a strong, independent woman. She knows her, she's her own entity, and she doesn't need people to do anything for her. She's not, she's not like BumShell when it comes to needing her bills paid or anything of the sort. And I will support strong, independent women who are doing their thing. They're not playing weak. And
subscribers are not your personal ATM. Like, nobody should be hitting them up like, oh, I have a bill due. Like, can you help me out? Like, I can't imagine doing that. That's what makes me think that, like, I don't know the girl, but she might be like an addict or something. And if that's the case, then there's only so long that you can pull this scheme, and you wake up because something's not right. Nobody in a healthy mindset, a normal situation, does things like this.
Right. Well, I started looking back at the live streams and how many times she had to turn the cam off and stop her stream because somebody showed up. Like, was that a drug run? BumShell, was that a drug run?
Oh, probably. Yep. Yep, we do recover, and the internet's forever, ever, boo boo, and it doesn't forget. So whatever you got going on, you might want to fix that. And I can think about doing this to all these kind of people, because there's a sea of them out there, and people like you need to be stopped. Full stop.
Well, I realized today when she was speaking just how this may actually be just she's got to have there's a nail missing up there. Something's not hooked in right because the hamster wheel's running backwards, whatever you want to call it. She's like, so what? So what? She's like, she thinks this is not normal.
It might be normal to her, but it's not normal. You know what I mean? And then I saw someone in your chat, Tiffany, say like, oh, she keeps saying, well, I make content. These people are contributing to my content. No. First of all, I don't think she makes like content that people would be donating to, from what I understand anyways. And second of all, when you start DMing your subscribers to pay your bills, that's different. Okay. There is no excuse for that. We all have hard times, but it seems like she has a little too many of them,
Yep. So I didn't want to interrupt you, Wilma. I want you to be able to say everything that you can and like get it all out, because I don't want you to have to ever feel like you need to go anywhere. Just let me know if you ever need a voice. I'm always here for you. Don't even question it. I wanted to make sure that I forgot. I was like, you know what? I really need to offer them links to make sure that they get to say everything that they need to say. This would not have been possible to show and to inform people without you guys. And I'm telling you, it's very rare you get a handful of people to want to speak publicly. There's some people that didn't want to, and I completely respect that. I have to respect that. But when you have 4 girls who are willing to show screenshots, and not everybody's strong enough to do that. And I thank you for being one of them, because you're helping other people and saving them from being gypped and being, snowed. How long this could have gone on for? I thank God it was only 2 months. And I say that because usually it goes on so much longer before you catch on. And I'm not even going to say who came to me first, because it's no one's business, but there were 2 people who came to me, one after the other, who knew something was wrong. And they didn't have to do that, but they felt it in their gut and they came to me. Without you guys, other people could have been taken advantage of. So thank you so much.
Yeah, I really appreciate it. The only other thing that I have to say is, I've been in the true crime community for a long time, but I was kept myself limited to just a couple of channels. And like I said, when you're a lurker, you don't really know the ins and outs of what's going on. And when you're broken and beat down and just suffering through grief, especially child loss grief, not that any grief is not misery. It's hard to really reach out. And
I would imagine that losing a child would be the worst grief one could possibly ever endure. And I'm not saying that to take away from anybody's grief, but to lose a child, I think, would be the worst possible heartache and grief anybody could ever imagine. So I totally agree with you on that, Paloma. There's a different kind of, it's a different kind of, my heart goes out to you. Go ahead, keep going.
Yeah. It's like an itch that you can never scratch, like a longing that you can never find, you can never find the comfort for. It's absolute misery. And to come out of your shell is hard work. You find comfort, and you find a lot of comfort in quiet darkness, where you're by yourself, stuck in your own thoughts. And that's not a good, healthy place to be. And so when I hear her attacking you with the way that you reacted to every single parent, every Paloma that was in your chat, one day, none of us knew was going to happen. It wasn't premeditated or planned or called for or whatever. And you've been so kind to everybody. And I want to say this. I have, she has asked me a couple of times recently. She's been blowing my phone up the last 3 days. With text messages and phone calls, and I've ignored them all. And one thing that she had said to me the last time I did talk to her was, and I know now she knew what was going on, she just didn't tell me anything, but she kind of let it be known that she was pissed off with Tiffany. And I said, I don't know anything about it, and I choose not to partake in it. It's not my business. And she said, you don't know any of the things that she's done? And I said, no, but I'm not going to hit the search engine and type Tiffany's name in, because when I was younger, there's probably some things I'm not proud of, but I wasn't all over YouTube or all over the internet. And so I'm not going to judge Tiffany based on anything in her past, anything that she's not proud of, or anything that she's. I don't judge Tiffany. I judge Tiffany's kindness and her respect for those of us that were in her chat. She's given us a safe place to have a voice again, to speak for ourselves. She cares about us. We don't bombard her with a lot of BS, but I'm not going to go seek out dirt on anybody that I interact with on YouTube. And so, BumShell, I know you're listening to this, but every time that you go on your little channel and you start smearing Tiffany's name, it only proves how guilty you are of doing what you're accused of. You didn't show receipts. Tiffany showed receipts. The people in your chat, if they're still there, 100% throwing hands in the air for you, let them be the next people that you take advantage of, because that's the only way that they're going to find out what you're all about. You had a group of people that would have helped you, and you took advantage of that. And now you don't have those people. But don't ever use grief as a reason to justify your behavior. You hid everything. You lied. You scammed. You wanted to know the answers, why everybody was saying that about you. Now you know. What you do from here on shows who you are as a person. All I asked of her was, how the hell do you work StreamYards? And in 5 weeks, every emergency in the world was like, I know, I don't have time. I don't have time. I know what kind of a person she is firsthand. So thank you, Tiffany.
I will help you with that, Paloma. I will hook you up with StreamYard on how to work it. So if you need it, just let me know when, and I'll make time for you. I've helped other people, and they've learned really quickly. So don't even question it. I've got your back with that, and you're very welcome. And please listen. Don't even listen to her. Do not let what she says infuriate you. Like, I'm good. I told you, I'm not even watching. I'm not listening. I got to get back to summer. I don't have time for this shit. We got stuff going on. There's so many important things happening right now with certain aspects and like dynamics of. We got suspects online saying that they were involved with selling drugs to kids over at Summer's house. Like, people coming out and like legit incriminating themselves. And there's a lot happening. I don't need distractions, and I certainly don't need a distraction from Bum. So
absolutely.
Yeah, no.
I'm just like Jody Sue. Hey, Jody Sue just like what she's doing. She puts it in the flipping chat. She pins it.
Well,
Goes
it's crazy you say that. When she was the text messages that her and I shared together, which I was going to share, but I don't think I'm going to now because I don't want to be on all night. Listen, I specifically said, holy shit, I feel like I'm talking to Jody Sue. It was the craziest thing. And I just, like, I still, my jaw's on the floor because she's not ever been like this with me before. So it is what it is. Like, I'm not worried about a damn thing she says. She could say, I robbed a bank. I don't care. It's not true. I don't care. Like, do not even let it affect you. It's fine. I'm not sweating it. I don't want you to either.
Oh, I'm not. When I woke up and saw how she handled it and saw that she took every opportunity to deny and deviate and put the blame on you, I was glad that she took that stupid wrench, because I canceled my membership. I unsubbed. I'll never go back over there. I don't care what she says. But when she said Summer didn't matter, and when she said Summer, pretty much how much money can she make off Summer? Somebody clipped it. One of the clip channels had it earlier today.
I didn't hear that. I didn't even know.
I about hit the floor, and I thought, the lowest of the low, Summer matters. Summer matters. Summer matters more than so many other things, especially BumShell. Summer matters. That's what's important here. Summer and all of the other missing children and broken-hearted parents. That's what matters to me.
I just find it funny how I popped in her live last night and she was playing old Tiffany videos. But let me say this: Tiffany was okay when she was promoting your channel, though, right? She was cool then, right? You know.
Always the way it goes. But Wilma, anything you need, I'm here for you. Anytime, you just let me know. We all are. You got so much support here. Here for you anytime. And I try to get it. All right.
So I'm gonna let somebody else come up.
Okay, Wilma, have a good night, hon, and reach out anytime. And Stellar, go ahead, because I know you've been waiting so patiently. Wilma, take care. Much love to you.
Wilma, very impressed. Very, very much respect to you.
Aw. Go ahead, Stellar.
Yay.
One time, no talk.
Yeah, it's been too long. It really has. But I do want to say, first of all, thank you, Tiffany Marie, for all your kind-hearted, respectful, and of course, generous subs and members of your community. They've done so much and to help other people who need help. And sometimes we have to sort through things that aren't easy. And that's what you've done today. It's sometimes a preponderance of the evidence. We won't ever have a smoking gun, but you've certainly shown a lot of very clear receipts to leave us all very impressed.
Well, if it helps to prevent it, it's all that really matters. Like, listen, I'm not out for vengeance. I'm not trying to hurt anybody. I said the other day, I don't want to humiliate anybody. I don't want to embarrass anybody. That's not what I'm trying to do. This is a one and done for me. I'm putting it out there, doing my part. And I mean, that's all I can do. We cannot keep getting caught up on these people who their mask falls and you find out, you get the rug pulled out from underneath you, and it's the people that you care about that are affected. And I know that you did your part to try to bring this forward. And Stellar, I'd like you, because I don't want to miss any of them, if you wouldn't mind later, so that I could share some of those streams in my description for other people to click on them, because I know that not all of them might have been seen. And same with like Holly. I know Holly Undead did some live streams. Anyone, listen, anybody that has done live streams about this, I don't care who you are. No, I don't care if we don't get along, whatever. Let me put them in my description so that the people who come and watch this live stream on the replay can go find those, and they can go inform themselves, and they can go listen to what has been done to other people, because there were many people before me, and I'll never act like I'm the first one to bring, any of this to anybody's attention, because I'm certainly not. I actually believed she was doing better, and that's on me. Like, I want to be able to put people's links in who actually did scream this from the rooftops, because like I said, that's important. So go ahead, Stellar. Sorry.
Oh, no problem. Well put. Do I have your permission to put my own link in your site?
Yeah, absolutely. Yes.
Okay, I just dropped
totally
it.
Fine with me. Go ahead, drop it, and my mods will grab it. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I just did, and I have 3 videos having to do with the topic of BumShell. 2 of them were made in mid-December of 2021, and then one was made this year, January of 2022. So it pretty much was everything I could say. I don't want to pile on anybody, but it was my experience. And I know it was a little bit before you weren't as aware of it. And every one of us has to get to know a person on our own, right?
Right.
It takes time. And my experience with Bum initially was good. Unfortunately, as people often say, the mask falls off.
Yeah.
And then other things come up, and pretty soon you have a picture being drawn in front of you that you don't want to look at, but you have to.
Well, I don't want to look at it. Trust me. There's probably like 12 people that could vouch for that, because I was like, I don't want to do this today. Like, I don't want to do this today. And it had to be done. And I was like pretty stubborn about, like, I don't want to do this today. I'm so tired, I'm exhausted. Like, I don't want to deal with this. And it sucked. It really did.
Right. And you've got a lot at stake because you have a lot of really wonderful subs and members of your YouTube channel.
Of course.
I know you're trying to protect them.
More so, they have a lot at stake. You know, that's their financial house. Like, that's their, what if these people at come Christmas time are like, shit, you know what? I didn't expect this expense or this expense. And now I wish that I had that $870 or that $930 or that $1,000 or God only knows how many. She wasn't just asking for like, hey, yeah, anything you can give is totally fine. You know, it was a full blown, I need $400. I need, $2,610. What? I've never seen anything like her before. And I'm being honest, not, there's things that have definitely been worse on a greater scale with, concerning other topics. But I'm saying, like, someone in my circle who I never expected it. Didn't think she'd have balls enough to do that.
It took my breath away when I didn't know until you recently were able to share with us.
I didn't want to like bother you, Stellar. I didn't want to.
Oh, look, it's best we face the truth, right?
And I feel I actually kind of felt a little embarrassed in a way, because it's not like you didn't warn me. I knew that she had, pulled one over on you, and you came to me, and it was one of the first things I thought of. And I was like, you know what? I should have fucking listened to Stellar. And instead I chose to go to her and put her on the spot and told her to pay you back, and then she needed to make an effort, and I reamed her ass out for it. And then I think I had said, hey, how did you make out with that? And you had said that you had gotten a payment from her. I don't remember all of what we said. I thought there were several, but could you confirm, if you would feel comfortable, how much she actually paid back, Stellar?
Of course,
I'm unaware.
Yeah, it was a $500 loan, and she did pay back one installment of $50. And after almost a year's time, I kind of got the feeling it was never going to get paid back. So I wrote it off like a bank or lending institution. Sometimes there are loans that don't work out, and you just write it off. It was more trouble than it was worth. So I moved on from it, and I had made the videos. I made 3 videos, and I think that people would find those enlightening. There's a history here. So anyway, my loan with her, if she had come to me and asked me, hey, Stellar, can you help me? I would have just given it as a donation. It didn't have to be a loan. But I'm going to tell you something, and not many people approach me for loans. When they do, I thought, well, maybe she's trying to say, I want to pay my way. And I respect that. If someone wants to, this is a loan and I will pay it back. I pay my own way. More power to you. But then it went on for 6 months, and a close friend of mine said, Joe, it's been 6 months. So I thought, well, okay, maybe I'll remind her, which I did. And then it was after that it just became more and more difficult to begin talking to her. And then the other issues came out. It was like the mask had fallen off, and that's when my videos were put up, and I just moved on. I did want to address Prison Mike. I'm not going to beat up on Prison Mike. I'm sure he just didn't understand the full picture, but no, I think it's never a wise idea to label someone a coward. Clearly not. If you knew me, you know that. But the reality is, when I found out what I found out, I called her out. I did 3 videos, and then I actually did move on. I went back in one time because at that time they were talking about the loan, and they were talking about it without much clarity. So I wanted to straighten it out, and I did. I didn't go back. So I went in one time, clarified what the loan situation was, said it was, as far as I was concerned, it's over with. And then that was it. I found that there was a wrench put on my name, on my channel name. I didn't ask for the wrench. I didn't use the wrench. And the wrench disappeared very shortly. And I tried to make a couple of comments today in BumShells. And
Stellar's had a wrench on my channel since probably 2 years ago, and I've never seen him use it ever.
Yeah, I try not to. So anyway, I wasn't able to say anything on her channel. And that's okay. Sometimes, I figured that episode between she and I is long over with. I just don't want the rest of the community to run into the same problems. There are people who are really hurting, and you made that point extremely well, Tiffany. And I just want the community to be healthy and safe. We have walking among us all kinds of grifters. We need to be extremely careful and listen to the OGs who have been around for a while. And I just want to add one more quick thing, and then I'll stop yapping. There are people who say, hey, we talked about this person months ago, years ago. I've got news for those people who say that. There's over 1 billion people that use YouTube, and I don't watch every one of those people's channels or their videos. We might miss what you had to say. So please give us a break if we don't know everything when you told us, because there are people who haven't watched my videos either. And I don't expect them necessarily to do that. But we need to be patient with each other. We all come to an understanding of each other. in due time. We don't all come to that awareness at the very same time. So just extremely. One last word to German lady. German lady. You and I had a problem created by Wendy Wenwen, who told you a lie and said I had gone after your looks. Well, I went up on your panel, German lady, and we worked that out completely. You were talking about a video you made called Achtung Baby, right? I remember it well. You and I happen to have a similar sense of humor. I'm kind of an off-the-wall guy, and I enjoy your sense of humor. You were doing phone sex pranks.
Oh, I remember those. Yeah.
Yeah, and it was hilarious.
Yeah, I remember when German lady did those. It's funny.
Yeah, Tiffany, she was doing one about an alien. She said, hey, she called a guy up and she said, I'm an alien. I give good alien head. And I said, I was right. She is an alien. And instead of saying she looked like an alien, which Wendy Wenwen said I had said, which was a half truth, the worst kind of lie you can tell. And so I went up on German lady's panel. I said, look, here's what happened. Don't you remember your video, Achtung Baby? I remember it very well. And she said, oh, yeah, I do. And it was coming back to her. She ended up apologizing to me. And I applaud anybody who has the humility to do that. You know, I apologize too. When I'm wrong, I'm going to do that. But I think when she came at me again and said, why am I over there? I'm not over there. Prove that. That's an accusation. Prove it. And I like receipts. I don't go after anybody until I have them. There's also one last warning, and this is my last point. There's somebody by the name of Glamorous Life. We know her as Kat with a K.
Glam. Yeah, I know Glam.
Yes. Yeah, I'm just going to say this. This is my viewpoint, and I think it's the majority opinion of Boyd, of OG Boyd. Be careful around that snake. That person has lied on me and many others numerous times. Not only that, it has been proven beyond shadow of a doubt, and Lindy would be one resource to look to, many others as well. Glam Cat, Glamorous Life, is someone who took her own family for huge amounts of money. And someone online, a YouTuber named Lisa, for I believe it was around $17,000. So she started to, spouting off today over there on BumShells that I had lied about a loan I had given her. It wasn't even a loan, it was a gift. She asked for that money because she was having real trouble going through a divorce. So I sent her $1,000. Well, it was a gift. It was not a loan. I didn't expect any repayment. Here's a short end of that story. At one point, when she got close to her settlement, she was going to come into considerable money. She said, hey, anybody that's helped me out during my tough time, I'll pay them back. So I raised my hand and I said, look, Lam, if you want, send me the $1,000 back. I will send it to a charity and I'll do it publicly. And she never sent the money back. And instead, she accused me of things that didn't happen. I was up on panel with her this is before Tucker and everything went south. And we held her feet to the fire and she finally came clean. I have those videos. I could easily put them up. All the facts are available. And she was mistaken about just about everything. Finally, she acknowledged that she was wrong. Anyway, just be careful about Glam Cat or Glamorous Life. She has several different names. The people in Boyd know her very well. Yeah, Lippy says there, still I know her story. Many do. Just be careful of that one. I'll probably go ahead and put that video up as well, just because she's somehow back again. Officer Squarehead said Glam scam for over 10,000 jobs, even more than that. Yeah. Okay, I don't mean to take up all your time, but I just.
Okay, Stellar. No, I'm glad that you came up. It was so good to talk to you. I haven't talked to you in so long. So I did send. I don't know if you want to stay because I did send Prison Mike a link. I know he maybe. Do you want to stick around for a few seconds because I just sent it to him? And Laura, do you want to? You want to talk for a few minutes? And you're so patient. I've never seen you so patient before.
I can't be the real Laura.
Gotta wait my turn. I gotta wait my turn. It's okay.
You're good. Thanks. What's up? What are you doing, girl?
Who, me?
Oh, she's gonna wait. Okay, go ahead. All right, cool. You're gonna wait. She's gonna wait for the end. So I'm glad that he asked to come out that way. You guys can hopefully. Oh, he'll be up in a few minutes. All right, that's all good. So, Stellar, I was under the impression that when I had contacted Bum about the money that you will under, which is not any of my business, right? When I first got that email, I'm like, well, this is personal stuff. I had no idea that it was a whole situation over there. I didn't know that there were streams going on Holly's. Like I didn't know there was a lot because my head was in summer wells, right? And nothing. I don't check notifications from over there anymore. I practically barely ever know what's going on. People have to tell me if something's happening, and even then, I don't have time for it. The only people I'll stop by really is Laura, and I'll go into Evil Apes. Like truly, I don't go really anywhere anymore. So besides when I'm over here, so it's very rare that I even stop by the DC at all or Boyd anywhere. So when I had, and I thought when I started going into BumShell, I'm like, fuck, I really don't want to end up back over there. But she was pretty focused on certain stuff. She wasn't causing any problems. There was no drama really being discussed except the drama in our community over here. And I was thankful for her help, truly, because it's nice to have, take a little load off when other people start covering stuff. And then it's just, you feel a bit lighter. People are helping out. It's nice to have multiple creators or whatever talking about things. And when you came to me, I was really disappointed to see. And then I contacted her and confronted her about the money. And I said, listen, don't do him wrong. Like, please do not do wrong by Stellar. He's a good man and he doesn't deserve that. And I said, if you went to him and told him you could give $5 a month, I guarantee you he'd accept that. I think I know you well enough to know your understanding, right? So then I said, and I truly believe if you couldn't afford to pay it back and you told him that you didn't have the money and it just wasn't doable, he would probably understand and tell you it's okay, because I think that's your heart, right?
Yep.
The fact that she, I could say 99.5% sure you would have told her, you know what, it's okay, it's fine, don't worry about it. And I was shocked that she was ignoring you, that she wasn't, paying you back. And I thought there were multiple payments. So I apologize, because I spoke on that yesterday on Savages and I was wrong. So there was only one payment of $50 back to you, which is really quite despicable. Yeah. Hi, Prison Mike. Welcome to panel.
Hello. How are you doing?
Good.
Good meeting you. Shitty that it's on these kind of terms.
Right.
Yeah. Hi, Mike.
So to address you, Stellar, with the coward comment, okay? I wasn't trying to say that you are a complete coward, like you are a cowardly man. What I meant by it is that I felt that the moves that were made were cowardly because you'd already stuck your hand in the fire once and been burned. I understand you're a God-fearing man, you're a pastor, you forgive, you forget, you move on. I understand that. No, by any means was that me trying to like start any kind of shit with you. I was just voicing how I felt in the moment because I have my own feelings towards BumShell and the things that she's done. So I do apologize that you took offense the way you did, and maybe I probably could have worded my saying a little better, but I still stand on the fact that I did see it to be kind of weird that you were on her throat for quite a few months, and then all of a sudden y'all became chumly again.
Can I respond to that? My turn?
Yeah, I'm done.
Yeah. First of all, I'm not a pastor.
Oh, well, that's what I've heard in passing, so I apologize.
Yeah. No. But I'm really glad that you actually that we're talking about this. I'll tell you why. That's what you heard, right? Is that what you just said?
Yes.
Yeah. What we hear is probably about half true, maybe less.
I'd agree with that.
I had my foot. Okay, thank you. When I had my foot on her neck, as you put it, I'm not going to keep my foot on her neck. There wasn't a time when I went back in there, but the time that they were misspeaking about me forgiving the loan, which I did do after almost a year. But other than that, I have not been in there. I've not been contributing. The wrench thing that you brought up, did you know, Mike, that I've wrenched you up on my own channel?
Oh, as far as the wrench thing, I'm not even aware of you having
well,
a wrench.
That was said. But the point is, there's very little I can control, except, I guess, to defend myself. We all have the obligation to, and the right, really, to do that. So you use the word coward, and you got to walk that back. I wouldn't presume, because I don't know you, to call you that. I don't know you hardly at all.
Well, that's why I said I apologize in the way that the wording came across. Because again, I wasn't meaning it to insult like your manlyhood or in that nation. It was just to me, because again, with my own personal experience, like Bomb burned me hard. Like she didn't burn me financially, but she burned me hard as well, and I would never turn back. So that to me is what I felt was a cowardly action. Now
I actually didn't turn back.
Well, so you're saying that you and Bomb didn't like let water go under the bridge and just everything.
I forgave the loan, but I did not go back in there and become a follower or a sub or anything else. You're not going to
find. Can I interrupt real quick?
Yes.
I don't mean to interrupt you, Stellar. I'm sorry to disrespect, but can I ask you something, and will you be honest? Because I really do remember you told me you weren't going to be anywhere around Bomb, and I want to make sure that you did not forgive her. Well, and if you did, it's okay. But did I have anything to do with that? Because you saw that I was being really supportive of her. Like I would, because that's kind of how I already get that impression. Like you dropped it to keep peace and like to not cause a conflict, because it seemed like after I had spoken to her, I told you what I said. And I was like, listen, I put her on the spot about this shit. She needs to pay you back. I'm not going to stand for it. And then I noticed you never went in there. I did take notice. And I had said it yesterday or the day before that I hadn't seen you over at Bombs. I'm like, I have not seen Stellar in a really long time. I saw you pop in there like once and you were like, everything's fine. But did that play a part? And I already believe it did.
Look, I'll be honest.
You have to be honest. You can't tell a lie.
No, right. I'll do my best here. You are someone that I call a friend, and we've chatted, and we all have personal relationships with each other on here, and they're growing. And hell, I respect you. I don't want to be a source of tension between you and BumShell. You guys are getting things off the ground. I thought, well, this is her decision. She's an adult. And we had our chance to talk about things in the past having to do with Bomb. And I respected you. But maybe there was a little factor. But to be honest with you, probably 50-50, because, look, to be really, really clear about this, there was no way I was getting that loan back. Yeah. That loan was history, And so I just, in fact, the agreement to resend it in payments through PayPal, she declined those and shut those off. So basically I said, look, that's it. Okay, we're done. I'll just forgive the loan and move on. It timed out to be around the time you guys were doing some stuff together, but whether there was a little bit of influence, perhaps, because this is the tension we live with online. We have friends of other people who are not friends, and we have to find a way to work that out somehow. So I try to be respectful, and no, I wouldn't want to get in the way of what was going on with you and Bomb, but you did know, and thank you so much for saying it. that I did share with you my concerns with BumShell.
No, you did. I would prove it. I mean, I'm not about showing our, messages and stuff, but I mean, I could pull it up right now. I want Prison Mike to know, because I know that there's like I could feel like a little bit of tension or whatever. And I don't know either of your situations, or even like, I don't even know.
Well, I'm actually happy to hear that he warned you and stuff, because like that was my thing, is I was so proud when I saw Stellar put out those videos, because I don't know much about Stellar. Just like he says he doesn't know much about me. Like I've just seen him in Crossing because of communities and whatnot. But like when I saw that he put out those videos on Bomb, I was like, finally someone else. And the way that he was putting a very eloquent way, showing everything, I was like, finally she's going to get exposed for what she is, because this is stuff that I've known for a while. When she did me dirty, like she turned on me for no fucking reason other than the fact that, like, excuse my French, that I would go up against, that I wouldn't go at Controlla, and there was a whole hate train going at Controlla, who also didn't like me at the moment. So she just did the power and numbers game. Other than that, there was no reason for her to ever turn on. So once that all happened, like it opened up my eyes to like how scummy she really is. Because I started paying attention to the other things that she was doing. Because it's like when I was friends with her, if I wasn't in her live talking, I wasn't watching. So I didn't know everything that she was up to, because just like Stellar had mentioned earlier about you being adult, we're all adults here. I mean, I'm 38 years old, so I'm not paying attention to what all my friends are doing every second of the day, including on YouTube. So that's where it came from. Like I have nothing against Stellar. And like again, I apologize for offending you with my comment. I'll retract the cowardly statement in the sense of, because of things that I either assumed or thought I knew that I guess I didn't know.
But look, you're good. You and I are good. You say no more. Okay?
I'm so glad.
As far as I'm concerned, we're absolutely good.
I'm so glad that you guys were able to talk it out and stuff like super quick and easily, because I was like thinking, damn, I wish that Prison Mike knew that he really did come to me and he wasn't silent about it. But it's not something that I screamed from the rooftops, because I didn't want to make like an uncomfortable situation. And especially when it's between people that are friends, I don't want to piss, either side off or whatever. So I try to keep things cool or whatever, so that no one knows Stellar even came to me. And then you got a situation where like, you're like, is the guy even telling her what happened? But he really did. It's on me.
Well, to be fair, I had no issues with Stellar, even with me saying that comment.
Okay.
So I want to make that clear. Like that comment I made, it was a singular comment, and it literally was because I was under the impression that after he forgave her, that he went back to being cool with her, thus enabling the bullshit. So, and if I was wrong for that, assuming such of things, that I have to take that back, because that's why I said it.
Well, hey, Mike, you were wrong, but that's over water under the bridge, and we're good now. So don't worry about it. The only thing is that life is a teachable moment, right? And you and I, and well, everybody up here, we reconciled. The people on here that have years of animosity and hate toward each other. Hey, learn from what Mike and I, we just worked it through. If you want me to trash on Mike for him calling me a coward, I could do that. But why would I? What good purpose does it serve? Yeah. You can trash on me. What good purpose does it serve? Good. So if we want a healthy community, let's do healthy things.
I agree. And it's always beneficial, even with whatever animosities are there, if someone can actually, two people can sit down and have a grown conversation.
Right. Amen.
Listen, I wanted to say something, just because I don't normally go here. I don't go here, and I'm new here in over here. And I started to watch you. I know that you're friends with AZ, and she's my girl that I'm loyal to a fault for. So yeah. So I was watching you, and then I was watching it that movement the other day, and oh my gosh, I mean, I was so touched by your stream is so huge and goes so fast, and I thought, man, I'll never be able to keep up in here, So I just left my million comments like I always do on everybody's things, but you're the people that are in this group are such good people. My God, it took me like a week to get through my comments, because I would read a response, and then I would just start crying, and then I couldn't even catch my breath. I was just like sitting by myself in a puddle. It's just everybody in here has been so nice and kind, and I'm one of those people that, if I have it to lend, I give it, and I don't lend anything. I just get it, because that's just the way you have to do. If you're gonna give somebody money, I never expect it back. It's wonderful if I get it back, but right. I just don't ever expect it.
Usually when people ask for help, they don't have it to give back. Right. I've learned that with like people that I've helped, and I'll be like, all right, it's the same as going to the casino and throwing in a slot machine. Like I'm going to consider it a loss, because usually for the most part, I know the times that I've been down in life and I needed help from a family member, not, on the internet. And I didn't have it to pay back, right? Like I wasn't in the time of my life where I was able to. That's why I was in need, right? So exactly. Usually, but on the chance that you do make an arrangement, but be straight up. Like, listen, I don't ever have this to pay you back. Like, I'm afraid I might not be able to pay you back. Be straight up with people. Exactly. Don't say, hey, can I have a loan? And then be like, oh, I can't pay you back. Be straight up and say, I don't know, like how long it might take me to pay you back or whatever. Right. You cannot just go around screwing everybody.
And I love the people that will give me like $5 a week or something. I'm like, oh gosh, I feel bad.
$5 is a lot. Some people don't even have that. They have $1 left, or they're robbing from Peter to pay Paul every month, or overdrafting to get by. And
I'm an overdrafter.
Yeah, I've overdrafted before to get by.
Yeah.
I am not like, I'm telling you, it's the craziest shit. Like when I say I have struggled in life, I have, like, but most have. And to take advantage of people and pull on their heartstrings because you know that they've been in a bad spot before. Like I said yesterday, like the public, I feel like the public were more so targeted with the, you know, I'm gonna be homeless type thing. But
yes.
like it seemed like there was a vantage point for her. It's like she saw how she was going to manipulate through live streams and then how she was going to manipulate through private messages. And it was very different. I felt like there was a targeted audience for specific things. And
oh, wow. That's
well,
even,
she knows her prey.
that's even more egregious that if it's targeted to specific
or
audiences.
maybe it just worked out that some of the people, like I have one message that AB showed on his live stream last night, and the woman came to me and said, I didn't have much. I'm on a fixed income, and that she lived on disability, and that she had her $375. And I'm like, I don't know. Like, so I'm asking, like, in Discord, I'm like, how much do you think this lady even has left over? Like, what if she doesn't have what she needs? Like, what if she doesn't have soap or laundry detergent at the end of the month because bullshit?
Yeah, it is.
It's very realistically that she probably did go without with something during that month.
Oh, absolutely.
So I said to her, she's one of the only people that I can't go giving money back to everybody. I mean, Jesus,
I know,
right? A lot of money. But I did say, like, are you okay? Do you have everything you need? Do you have food? Do you have? Because I don't know. She very well may have a huge savings, but I'm just saying, like, and I don't want her named or anything. But the thing is, like, what if she's not able to make it because of this?
Right. Well, and I mean, I've borrowed money before, and I'm not one of those people that, like, if it's, I don't care how much it is, as soon as I get money, I'll be sneaking at your house when my money hit at midnight, and I'll be putting it in your mailbox. Like I'm a weirdo like that. I get like I have anxiety about it. So like, I can't stand to owe anybody anything. And I mean, so I really do, like, it'll just keep me up. So I try never to borrow anything. And I mean, even from, people that I'm perfectly able to borrow from, it gives me anxiety until I get it paid back.
You don't want to have that, like, hanging over your heart. Like, I just send money. I totally understand.
Yeah, I really
people have dire straits to even ever ask, and most people that need don't ever say it. They'll be the last ones to ever say, I need anything.
Right. I can't imagine going on YouTube and asking people for money that I don't know, that I've never met in person.
Never.
That just is crazy to me. That whole.
But this kind of scam isn't anything new. It's it's turned online. Like, people have been doing this stuff for hundreds of years.
Yeah, I know. I love that Dr. Phil does that series where.
I think, you know what? I think she needs Dr. Phil, because I was looking at the thing today on her stream, and I'm like, this bitch needs to go on Dr. Phil. Like,
we can. Yeah, absolutely.
Dr. Phil or something, because
Dr. Phil puts you in your place in a hurry. Yeah, and like I love that he does that. And I have cried on those episodes where people have given their life savings on those sweetheart scams, and I feel so bad. I'm just like, oh my gosh, I just feel so bad because that money is gone, long gone, and and they're not going to ever get it back. And some of these ladies that are just lonely and fell for these people that are not real, and just there's a special place in hell for people like that, I mean, just a special place that's to rip off ladies like that, and just I can't imagine. You've got to really be just have a dark soul to have to do something like that to somebody.
Like, when I saw her up there, not saw her because she wasn't cammed up, but when she was up there saying earlier, the craziest shit was hearing her like, I don't give a fuck. So what? So what? So what?
Oh my God.
Say so what again? I'd totally knock you out right now if you were
I know.
She kept saying, so what? So what? So what do you mean, so what?
So
like,
what?
These are actually real people.
Yeah.
And she's retaliating against.
I guess, like, if you feel like that you're in a corner like that, and there's not a good way to save face. So like when it's somebody like that, I always try and give them a way where they're able to come or able to explain themselves. So I try, like, I feel like it's always better to go to talk to somebody and tell them that you're hurt rather than mad, because when you approach somebody with anger, you're going to get anger right back and defiance and in a smart mouth. But if you come at them a little softer and try and.
Okay, y'all, that's it for today over here. But we're going to go live in about 15 minutes on my main channel. It's clipped, posted on the pin. And afterwards, I'll do the second part, and we'll play through the end of this when I start the next one over here. And then the other videos that go with it, Okay, I'll see you over there. Thanks for coming, and pass it on to your friends so they know what she's done, because people are falling for it again. Much love, y'all.